So, what do you guys want to talk about?
You can call this the New World Order of Wrestling, brother. Put out the caution tape. Put out the orange cones. Acknowledge me.
Welcome to A Plus Wrestling here on KPHR Radio Hamilton and on YouTube.com at Hutch Henrys. We are your hosts. I'm Boris Roberto Aguilar. And as always, I am joined by Hutch Henrys. Hutch, how goes?
It goes, buddy. I think you're wearing the same hat in the end of the intro there where you say A Plus Wrestling and then it like cut to you right now. And I was like, well, hey, it's like the same outfit. Yes. Probably not the same shirt, but you were wearing black. But I won't go as far as the same shirt. But yes, but speaking of same shirt, it was not the same shirt from WWE. We got a little bit of different shirt going on. I wasn't impressed with SummerSlam as it started, and then by the time we were done with Raw, I was all like, I'm smelling something's coming on the winds. It's the winds of change. It's supposed, it's garbage. It's fresh garbage.
Exactly.
It's still garbage. But it's
garbage
fresh.
nonetheless. Garbage nonetheless. Yes. But overall, I think that, I talked about this with a couple people, and WWE after Raw kind of felt fresh, kind of felt different. So I'm just waiting for the other shoe to fall on Friday at this point. Good. So we have a lot to talk about this week. We're going to be talking SummerSlam. Well, first off, we have a giant-sized episode this week, not 1, but 2 hours here on KPHR and on YouTube.com at Hutch Henrys. We are going to be talking SummerSlam, Raw, Dynamite Mexico, and why AEW and their timing pisses me off to no end.
Yes, I mean, our thumbnail is inaccurate. I mean, if you want to go deep into what I meant by jerks, is obviously I thought they were going to counter-program something even more than they are for Worlds Collide, like maybe bring in not even Roman, but like have Roman send in the Usos or the Bloodline. I don't know, something going on. And then
that
Punk's
still
probably going to be there. Yes,
that
Punk is probably going to be there because it's Chicago, so I'm expecting Punk. But yeah, so maybe the shoe will drop on SmackDown, but hopefully that shoe just kicks some ass because I mean we got like there's almost like the new Smackdown 6 is back and Finn Balor is number 7. Who was number 7 back then? It was like Chavo. He's like the Chavo Guerrero, like number 7, the Smackdown 7. So dude, SummerSlam ended up with like SmackDown's going to be the hottest show around after months of being awful. But hey, we're starting a little too early. We're all the way on SmackDown Friday. We need to start with Saturday, really, right? Is that because we got a lot to talk about?
Yeah, we'll skip SmackDown from last week because, well, nothing significant really happened. Let's just jump straight into SummerSlam. Again, giant-sized episode, giant-sized issue right here, which is fitting because we have many issues here. But let's start with SummerSlam Saturday. We got started right away with Liv Morgan and Io Sky. This match was very decisive. This match was very polarizing, like wrestling always is. But I found that SummerSlam especially was very polarizing. You got people who loved it, and then you got people who hated it. Then you got people who were praising it, and then you got people who claimed they quit watching WWE, only for them to continue watching through Monday night.
Well, yeah, like I said, it was like a simmering, summery slam for me, and welcome to WIF Wrestling. First time I've seen this person in the chat. I don't know if you know who they are, Boris, but of course, Joe's having a good time, laughed at our intro there. But I did not laugh at the intro of SummerSlam because this was a pretty strong opener. Good, nice closing sequence here. Longer than the main event of the cage match, the Hell in the Cell match. And, it's predictable that Judgment Day is going to interfere. And I don't know. I thought it was a decent match. Did you think Io was going to win?
No, I knew.
Neither did I.
I had a feeling, a very strong inkling that Liv Morgan was going to leave as champ. Look, when it comes down to it, you have to see it from TKO's point of view. Right now, they seem to be putting belts and putting W's on the moneymakers, the ticket bringers, the people that are on the side of their production trucks.
Yeah, well, obviously this entire thing should have been an epic one-night event, but they had to make room for ad inventory and splitting ticket sales across 2 nights and all that stuff. One strong single night would have been much better. And I got to tell you, on paper, night 1 almost looked a little stronger at first, but then as things went on, like I was starting to say there, like a simmering little SummerSlam. I did not like the build. I did not like where WWE was going. I was starting to like enjoy AEW more in the chaos. Like I started to appreciate that Tony Khan chaos instead of being like, why is this happening? Why is that? It's just happening. It's just all happening all the time, and I don't mind though that Liv didn't defend her belt for so long. There's a lot of like fashion accessory type.
But it's also not like she wasn't wrestling. She was in the Queen of the Ring. She's been in tag team matches. It's not like she was just a manager or put to the side. She was around.
Yeah, and they, I think they probably might have wanted to have Steph in the Queen of the Ring if they could.
Yeah,
things didn't work out. You've got Nikki with the injury page. I think they were down on talent in a lot of ways. But it just, I'm not a big advocate of champs having to wrestle constantly on every single pay-per-view. I mean, they have so many bloody belts in both companies. So like, if we're going to lean towards UFC or boxing or MMA or any kind of realism in wrestling at all, like it's not a far cry for a champion to not defend their belt for 100 days and to still even be around and be in preliminary matches. If you want to look at the way New Japan works, going 100 days because of some tournament, like the Junior Cup or the New Japan Cup or the G1 or the tag, the tag series or whatever. It's not that big a deal. And they're still wrestling and they're still around. I don't have a problem with this. Like, I don't know. It's just not that big a deal to me. Now there's a lot of people suddenly though. You got Becky, you got Steph. Like we're gonna get some action going on here. Yeah,
exactly. We're gonna touch on all of that. But overall, this match was a strong start. It was a fun match. It was a good match. Exactly what you would think. And Liv Morgan, honestly, every single match that she has, she improves and she improves and she improves. So what more can you ask? Liv Morgan, still your champ.
Everything about her. I love like the smarminess, the way she dresses, the way she acts. The only thing I don't like is how she holds words. Of all talent, but obviously
I love it.
It's supposed to annoy us
because it pisses people off.
Exactly. But you know what I actually like now? I used to think Oblivion was a little weird, the move, and how's she going to set it up all the time? But she's always doing a great job of setting it up. And to that finish of like the code breaker and Io hitting the ropes and her just like running into bam, hit it. So it's almost like a double whammy. Code breaker, Oblivion, 1, 2, 3, and I kind of like it. And I kind of like Liv. And there we go. I also like what happened next, man. LA Knight, baby. Everybody loves LA Knight. It's just, we all know. We know what we want, but we deep down inside in your soul, you know why he's not champ. It's because like when he's doing a promo.
Okay, hold on. Let's stop this. Let me mark the time because I know we're gonna use this clip. Hutch, why is LA Knight not further up in the card or champion?
Okay, you better have marked the clip so I know where to start this. No, I don't know. You wanted me to give an explanation here, but my setup was that there really wasn't an explanation. It was like we all know deep inside he's just not. There's something there. You're always expecting him to slip, or like when he gets through a really fast promo, like this Monday when he wasn't quite Goldberging it, like he wasn't sweating through his face, but he's going a little red. The veins are coming out, and any second now he might screw up, And even when he did, like he had to say some people probably didn't notice that when he was doing Wyoming unicorn doing this shield thing, he was spelling "you suck." I didn't realize that either till I saw him right after. Before saying you suck. So he said unicorn twice and he like paused as if he was thinking of a different word and just went with it. It's like those little things, it's the John Cena moment of you better learn how to do a promo if you want to swim with the big dogs, kid. And he's like, stop it, John. We're going back in time to suffer and succotash. Like it's the Guy Smiley thing I'm always talking about. Like there's something just not quite there. And I think he's the guy they give it to when, remember King Ralph? Was it King Ralph with John Candy? Was it John Candy? Okay. Yeah. Like, how like he might King Ralph it. Like if everybody gets electrocuted and dies, or like there's an injury, like slew of injuries, then it's like, who is it going to be? LA Knight or Finn Balor? Like which one of the perennial undercard guys who should have it but don't have it because, they're just not the guy right now.
Because of reasons.
Yeah. And like, he's like a Nick Aldis level. Right? Like Aldis was champ everywhere but here. LA Knight could be champ everywhere but here. I don't know. It's weird. And I want LA Knight to succeed, but he's not. He's missing a few things. Like if he was in my promotion and he liked me enough to listen to me, and a few other criteria where we can actually maybe get some things done because life is complicated. If all these criteria lined up and then, you know, he was like, sure, Jay, sure, Hutch, let's do it. Then maybe I would say, let's try a few things. But as it is right now, this vest and glasses and talking fast and it's great. The column return is all great. But hey, let's stop talking about LA Knight. Let's talk about this match because Solo Sikoa was in this match and he's better than LA Knight.
There you go.
Awesome.
There you go. Bloodline.
Yeah,
Jacob Fatu, Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso versus LA Knight, Solo Sikoa, and Royce Keys. This was a much better match than I thought it was going to be. I'll admit it. I thought this was going to be a mess of a match because of LA Knight. Yeah.
I like that he got the win.
Yeah.
You know, and now he's not getting, Money in the Bank. He's not going to beat Roman, but everybody's going to be like, it's going to be great. They're going to give us a lot of falsies. They're going to be almost right there. And then it'll be Triple H is going to open the trunk of his car and be like, Zilla, here's your hoodie. Get in there. And you're like, oh, Zilla Fatu. And he pulls him out. And who's under the hood? Oh, my God. That's what's going to happen, right? Because that's all they got. No, but let's go Solo chance. They yeet, run it back.
That made me, it was so stupid, but it made me laugh and I enjoyed it so much.
See, some people were saying he was wasted in the MFTs and he was wasted this whole time as the enforcer. They should have been letting him do this, but people need to grow. People need to get comfortable. Yep. The idea that you can break the rules, push the boundaries, be you got to be at your job for a good year, 18 months. And the boss suddenly is telling you you say something, hey, do you mind if and your boss is like, yeah, dude, do whatever you want, man. You're the champ. I love you. And you're like, oh, and you realize okay, I can do a few, and then you do a few things and they're 1 to 2 things you get chastised for, but half a dozen, they're like, this was all great stuff. Keep going.
Yeah.
Solo's at that point. He's got the boss's confidence. He's got his own confidence. And as he needed to be the leader of the MFTs to get to this point of hey, I'm bossing guys around, doing my own thing. And during that run is when he got cocky, the way The Rock got cocky in the Nation of Domination. And now it's just
literally
all
about to
loose.
say that.
Yeah,
Rock,
he's great.
Would it be The Rock, the most electrifying man in sports entertainment, if he wasn't in the Nation of Domination? Sometimes you got to go through the motions.
And obviously Solo knows it because he's pulling out the tight black t-shirts with the slight bit of color and he's got his little Gino chain. He knows it, right? But the gloves, I don't like when he wears red, but when he wears the tan that matches his mohawk, the black and tan, bro, yep. I'm all the way in on serial killer. What is it? He's not really serial killer. He's he pulled up in his BMW with the leather wheel cover and everything. And he's all yo, what's up? What's up? He's yeah, I'm into it. He's not he's not the hip hop guy that wears the grill. He's the hip hop guy that you can take home to mom and he's going to make mom laugh. And you don't realize that but he's also the Joe Pesci guy. Hey, do you mind if I borrow this knife? No, we hit a deer on the way here. It's, it's a sin. It's a sin. I got to get it out of the grill. He's that guy. Oh, I loved that Solo guy. He's so much more decent than those other two Uso boys you bring by. And it's yes, he is. Really, he's the most gangster of them all.
He's the one that when you break up with him, your parents are going to still be asking, inviting to the cottage.
Yeah, dude. I was one of those guys to the point that when this girl passed away, her dad called me. And I'm yes, and part of him thought I was still really in her life because because we live in the same town. He's like, well, you do see her though. And I'm I mean, on occasion, but I'm it's not what you think, anyways, it happens.
Yeah,
we got dark there. We're yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, so yeah, Solo Sikoa, awesome. The Usos are the Usos. They're always going to be good in ring. Right? What else can we say about them? Royce Keys. Royce Keys has had a pretty good couple weeks.
Dude, people will say that he got buried or what's going on with the blood in the mouth and Jacob at the end here, but he's he's part of something. He's on TV. Well, it's but I want to say that in a positive way, but WWE can go any way with anything. So who knows? And this isn't even WWE. This is TKOE, what beast? It's some sort of beast, But dude, things change so fast, eh? Who would have thought you'd love Jimmy so much? 2 years ago, he was just what's going on with Jimmy? He was just kind of there, and and Jay's getting all the clout, and he's I don't know, and now you can't Jay's right back to being extra whiny. With a little bit of purple dye in his hair, and he's cutting and Jimmy's just cool. They're all cool, man, and Jay's just not cool somehow. I don't know. It's weird. It's like Axl Rose. Right? You know that if you were hanging out with Guns N' Roses, Axl Rose has the money. Axl Rose writes the songs. Axl Rose gets the world title, and Axl Rose submits Gunther and all that shit. But he's kind of in the end, right? And you're just
LA Knight gets the dub for his team, and this leads us into the next match, one of the matches that a lot of people were looking forward to. Probably my most anticipated match of the weekend. Did it live up to the expectations? Gunther versus Nick Aldis.
Well, as soon as he came out to Oasis, I knew that this was going to be a one-off match.
Yeah.
You know, if he had any kind of theme or anything, and I basically they were just like, yeah, do your thing. Do like what's the national treasure? That's what you are. Okay, we'll do all your thing. It's like when they brought in Samoa Joe and you were like worried at first. You're like, is this like what's going on with this? Is this going to be another like Cowboy James Storm where he shows up, does his super kick, comes out to his name and everything, and then you just don't see him too much. He's gone. But no, like I don't know, this is good. The national treasure did everything we expected him to do. Did a good job, you know. And supposedly he only heard about this about a month before that they were going to actually go through with the match. So, like good job on his part. Great that his kid got to see him work, and maybe we'll see it happen again. But everything you would expect for the match, right? He put on a good job. Could have been longer. Like this was another short match. A lot of short matches, right? A lot of ads, a lot of everything. So many ads, so much filler. But he retired Aldis. They'll slip it in eventually. You know, they don't. I think they're being like they test grouped it in front of the whiteboard with everybody. They're like, well, if we start saying that right away, it's pretty obvious that we just put him in there to have a match to say he retired another person. And how is he retiring somebody that hasn't, like some guy that's on the edge of getting road dogged? He's going to get road dogged any day because he's like, come on, Paul. The people are just too obvious. And they're like, maybe you're right. Get rid of this freaking guy. It's like, what's that Bill Murray movie, Scrooged? Where he's all like, hey, bumps into him. And he's like, hey, no, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. He's like, I'm so sorry, Mr. Cross. Mr. Cross. He's like, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. And he's like, hey, have a good day.
That's a great
that guy gone by the end of the day. He's like, it's Christmas. He's like, oh, good point. Let's cancel his bonus. Get him out of here.
I love that movie. One of my favorite Christmas movies, period. But yeah, exactly. This match is exactly what you thought it was going to be. Unfortunately, like you said, it was cut short. If this look, I'm not going to complain too much about match length because I'm the first person that says not every match needs to be half an hour. But this match I felt was just getting good when it ended.
Yeah, well, keep that energy for Chad Gable, buddy.
I have a lot to say about that match.
All right.
And I have a lot to say about tonight's Dynamite.
But, Aldis more value as a GM than a wrestler right now. Everybody likes him. You know, it's not often that people really like GMs. And if it honestly, if it wasn't for Adam Pearce being the greatest GM of all time, Scrappy, I want to call him Scrappy, and it's Scrap Iron. That's his damn name. Scrappy Iron, Adam Pearce. Like, oh, you got to love him. But Aldis is like, little more smear. If they ever had to do like heel face GMs like against each other, Aldis would just slide into the dickhead posh role right away. Like it's great. These guys are great. I love it.
Yeah.
And pushing his weight around right away night two. But anyways, let's go.
But okay, so that's my next question before we move on to the next match. So later on the night, he he goes to Triple H. Triple H essentially rips up his resignation letter. And he's back as GM. Look, at the moment when I saw this on social media, Saturday night, Sunday morning, whatever it was, I'm like, interesting that they waited or they didn't wait at all. This happened right quickly. And a lot of people were bitching and complaining because that's what the IWC does about why didn't this happen on SmackDown or whatever. Night 2 explains why. Off to the next match, which was probably the weakest match, in my most humble opinion, of the weekend. Fatal Influence, JC Jane, Lainey Reed, and Fallon Henley versus the Bella Twins, Brie Bella, Nikki Bella, and Paige.
I watched SummerSlam live, so I left the room during this part. Like it just as they were coming in the room, doing their entrances and stuff, I left. I did a few things. I think I made some food. Can't remember what I did. But I came back in. I wasn't paying that much attention, but immediately I sat down and looked at my side screen where the match was, and I saw a huge cannonball. I saw Brie hit the stairs. And I was like, oh, man, she hit the stairs hard. Yeah, and then I was like, and then she got and I was like, holy moly. And I was like, maybe I should be watching this match. These girls are going hard. I was like, good job, girls. And then I got distracted by something, and then the match was over. And in my head, I was all like, well, that was a hard-hitting match. And really all I saw was the one spot where Brie is now toast. So, so that was a hell of a match as far as I'm concerned.
From the one move you saw.
Yeah, man. I was like, man, they went hard. They went hard, those girls. Good job.
Yeah, man. No, but JC Jane landed.
And I've actually been kind of putting over Brie a bit lately.
I know you have been.
So I was like, oh, good on her. She's still working hard. And I was like,
no, but okay, you know what? Let's put some respect on Brie right there, right? She got injured in the middle of the match and she kept going.
She
and
kept
she
going.
finished the match, and she's tough as nails for doing this.
And I kind of feel like she's been just going through her spots and doing her thing, and she's still skinny, and she's still everything we don't like about Brie Bella. But I honestly think that this run with Paige has been her best in-ring work, her most solid, straightforward in-ring work that she's really had in ages. And that's not like I can remember all the nuances of the Bella twins run from back in the day. But I noticed that I don't hate her. And I like, for some reason, I don't hate Paige that much either. I'm just all like, okay, all right. Like, I almost think it's the fact that they won and then didn't lose the belts and then like had a few wins. And I'm like, oh, all right, these gals.
I love the bar that you have for some of these people in WWE.
Yeah, like my bar changes, I guess. I mean, I don't like, it's just the feeling I get about stuff, you know. And I'm like, I'm watching this and I see that people hate her, and I don't like the Brie mode and all that stuff.
Yeah,
but you know, it's not like I'm paying attention to the matches. It's not like I'm like, oh, look, this is what I, but like, it hasn't been that bad. They've been quick matches, straightforward to the point. Like the thing they were doing where they were rolling up people and then putting their leg in to help push it in, and they did it a couple times. Like, I don't know, it's wrestling. It wasn't that bad. Could have been worse.
It's just wrestling. You're supposed to have fun with it. If you don't, you can stop watching it anytime.
But like this match here, you know, obviously done. I don't know what it's weird that she's like, you can't take my spot, and then Nikki turned because she, like, Paige, like they chose her, right? Like she was there and she was like, here's Paige and you like Paige, and everybody popped, right? Maybe she doesn't like that Paige is more popular, but
I think that's where they were gonna go with it. Who knows now? Who knows what they're gonna end up doing with this? Is it gonna be just Nikki and Paige?
Could WWE be self-aware enough to like know that Brie is going to get loved because of Total Divas and because of Daniel Bryan, but everybody kind of hates Nikki because she's like, you know, even just her outfit and like the whole like baseball sporty like version of their like outfits, and you know, so like now they can easily lean into heel Nikki, which is what she's best at, and Brie didn't have to get booed by being with Nikki, and she gets all her Daniel Bryan love. She can do her yes kicks and all her stuff. And like, it actually kind of in the end run worked out perfect, with the exception of that she's hurt. If this is a hurt work, then it would be perfect.
Right.
Yes.
Right. And this leads us into the main event of the evening for the undisputed WWE Championship, CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes. 25-minute match. I like this match quite a bit. Well,
it certainly shines a light on the quality of the Hell in a Cell match, because you went straight into main event for this right here. And I think both of these matches were lackluster in a lot of ways. Like, you know, first meeting of these two guys effectively, really, over time. Like, I don't know, first half was kind of dull. The crowd was quiet. It didn't capture me. I remember I don't know. I remember the elbow spot because they've been playing it a few times. But even the build for this, in the belt to the face and the forced arguments, none of it was there. It should have been. It could have been there at a time. Like capturing some things are really get the iron when it's hot, like in the fire, and other things can be there forever. And this was one of the things where I think we missed our window a little bit. Maybe when they come back around and they have an actual reason, like it all kind of felt forced. But you know, Randy Orton showing up. Kevin Owens showing up, which is like, I guess we're moving a little bit ahead here, but the Smackdown 6 is kind of back. You know, you've got like, look at what you've got here on SmackDown right now. You've got Cody, you've got Punk, you've got Sammy, you've got Kevin, you've got Randy. Like I had another big name in there the other day in my mind. There's somebody else.
Yeah, there's a lot of people. Finn Balor.
I mean, Finn Balor, I guess. But, and well, Gunther, right? That was the one in my mind there. So Gunther was one of the big ones. And of course, we all love Finn Balor. And like, it's like, do we believe though? Like if Finn had won a one-on-one against Sammy, do you believe that he would have won? Or is this another LA Knight slot? They're moving into like B-grade pay-per-views coming up here. It would have been Finn against.
There's not many pay-per-views until Royal Rumble.
Well, you got
the next pay-per-views in October, Money in the Bank. The pay-per-view after that is Survivor Series in November. Then that's it.
Yeah, but isn't there a Saturday night's like main event in there somewhere?
In September.
And WrestlePalooza this year?
They haven't announced.
I thought Ari Emanuel said it was going to be like the one as big as WrestleMania moving forward. Or was that Shapiro? One of them.
That was Shapiro.
These guys don't lie. Like, so obviously it has to be happening.
Sometimes it's hard to tell whether they're being serious or not.
Brought to you by Dodge Ram.
All right, no,
What's
but
up?
so
Guy with fat cats in here. He's got the humor too.
Randy Orton is back. So you just mentioned, sometimes when they miss it, when the iron's hot, the fire's hot. I mean, and in this particular example, I think this is a perfect case of maybe we're going to get the proper Cody Randy program that we were supposed to get at WrestleMania.
Yeah, like obviously they knew what we didn't know, and that is Randy was ready to come back. Hopefully he's healthy enough to stay around. Hopefully he doesn't get hurt again. And we're gonna get this program now. And Sans, a freaking Dodge Ram, like from the intro. What's his name? I can't remember his name now. He's gone now. Pat McAfee.
Pat McAfee.
You know what's crazy is I actually fell asleep during the last bit of SummerSlam the other night, and I had to wake up and watch the main event, like the last bit of the Roman match. And yeah, I woke up to it like auto playing on Netflix, and there was, and I remember that Randy was there the night before, so I woke up and Pat McAfee was on commentary, and they were talking. It was Wade Barrett and Michael Cole, and I was just all like, "Oh, Pat McAfee's back too," and I was like, "Everybody's forgotten so fast," and I'm like, "Okay, I'm okay with that, I guess," and I was all like, "Whatever, who cares?" And then I realized it was like last year that they were playing there.
Yeah.
But yeah, like fun stuff, man. A lot like it's nice that both Kevin and Randy are back, and they both should technically be on SmackDown, like I was saying. So like this is good, but this whole thing never felt as big as it should have. The whole way through this match, this buildup between these two guys,
Cody and Punk.
Yeah, and I'm hoping that it gets intense. And it's pretty cool. And like I guess we can talk about it in a minute when we go to that match with Kevin. Exactly. So yeah, let's move on to the Hell in a Cell.
Let's move on to the actual main event. We are talking SummerSlam, Raw, Dynamite in Mexico, and so much more here on KPHR Hamilton and on youtube.com at Hutch Henry's. Tons to talk about. We're talking about SummerSlam Night 1, the main event, Hell in a Cell, Oba Femi versus Brock Lesnar. This match, pretty short, got to the point. Oba Femi won. What else can we say?
Yeah, under 12 minutes. It was like they bookended the entire event with like 13-minute matches. This was just under 12. The other one was just hitting 13. So,
yep.
But I think that to me, this is almost the biggest disappointment of the night. It's too bad that he didn't land on the wood for the final, fall from grace. And the whole undefeated Hell in the Cell thing was a little weird. They kept saying he only had 2 matches, both against The Undertaker. Is that true? He didn't have another match? I could have sworn he had a third one against somebody, but I guess not. Obviously, they're never wrong.
He's had a lot of steel cage matches, but I can't recall Hell in a Cell matches.
Like at the end of the night, like for Monday when Roman and Ray saw each other, they had a Hell in the Cell match once. I think it was during the pandemic era. A lot of like Hell in the Cell matches throughout time. But this was like essentially the same as their other matches, really. It was just a lot of like, oh my God, from Michael Cole. Like, can you believe the power? Can you believe the resilience? Oh, he kicked out. Like, it's just all that like big, making a huge deal, like soundbite stuff. This is like him using what he learned from Jim Ross. Like, just hit it with a soundbite for everything. And like, this was very much a soundbite match.
Exactly. But that's what WWE does. That's what TKO does. It's all about the social media clicks and hits and blah, 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 blah. Joe here with a comment. The Hell in a Cell match was pointless. They didn't use the cell. That was so with Brock and Oba. The entire point of the match was Brock would always run away from Oba Femi. So the only way that they're gonna have a match one-on-one is if there's no way that he can run away. So that was the point. So I agree, but at the same time,
I don't know if Brock was always gonna run away. Like Brock doesn't run away.
The past few weeks, but that's the whole point. The past few weeks, he has been running away from Oba.
I don't know. He's like, I'm too much of an Brock fan. He was regrouping. He was shaking it off. All right. He's an old man taking on a young, like, vicious warrior. And he's like, he's like Solo Sikoa. That was what I forgot to say about Solo earlier. He just runs. There's no fear. He just runs in against anybody. It doesn't matter. Like, just, he doesn't run away. He's not a chicken shit heel. But okay, maybe you're right. Maybe that was the stip. All right. But I don't know. Brock's just starting to look extra cool too, with like the beard coming in and like the gray on the side. But all in all, it was what it was. I feel like supposedly Brock has spent a lot of time with Oba, working with him. They really, really likes him. He's been like teaching him all he knows. And that means I think he's going to be a tough negotiator in the future. He's going to know his worth. and he's probably the kind of guy that's gonna like break rules a little bit, do what he wants. I think it's a good thing, but he's been really in his ear the whole time and like really investing in making this guy the future. Pretty much like what he said to end the night. I am the past. He's the future. This is the guy. And
he passed.
From what little I know of Brock in his personal life, like he really is an altruistic person. He doesn't care about your status in life. He doesn't care about your race. He doesn't care about your political affiliation. Like he's very discerning about who he spends his time with. But if he likes you, if you have similar subjects that you enjoy, like from the people that I know that know him living here in Canada, we had the Brock Lesnar Steak Spice as our sponsor for like a year and a half. If you remember that, that was pretty fun dealing with the steak guys that know these distributors. But he's like, I think it's really cool that Oba's got here.
Yeah,
I wonder
that's
if Brock
exactly it
in the future. Will he be at like Performance Center? Will he be helping out? Some guys they like don't want to leave the business and they're good at teaching.
No.
I feel like you think so. Well,
Brock's done.
Yeah, he's done.
Brock's
but I mean, like, you never know as you get older.
For now.
Some people are good at teaching and they're good communicators. We've spoken about this before, and I think Brock is like that. When you have
but I think at least for now, for the foreseeable future, Brock just seems like he just wants to go to his ranch in Saskatchewan and cut more beef like that. Mm-hmm. That's what he seems. That's all he's interested in at this point. It seems like. Question for you: will Brock be back? Do you think we're gonna get a break in case of emergency Brock Lesnar match 1, 2, 3 years down the road, WrestleMania?
I mean, you might even see him at Saudi. He might be coming in. Who knows if it's a John Cena spot? You might get like a 5-minute squash. Who knows what's gonna happen? But all in all, night one left me wanting. Wow, a lot of people here in the chat doesn't make sense. Brock, okay, let's go up here 1 second here. James Mr. Wrestling, he wants some LJN figures. This is off topic, but yes, that would be fun. We get a whole goddamn like Judgment Day pack, and then you can do retro Judgment Day. Maybe they can get licensed for Edge. They probably own the license to Edge, just not Adam Copeland. Yeah, exactly. So like they can just call up somebody and have him. I was gonna say Glenn. Trying to remember the guy who played Razor. It's on the tip of my tongue. Anyways, yes, that would be fun. So Hell in the Cell match was pointless. They didn't use the cell, says Joe, which kind of makes sense because Brock demanded it. I don't know what we were saying, but
I was saying that it was the whole point. But then again, remember the whole point of Brock asking for the Hell in a Cell match, even though he was kind of running away, was he never lost the Hell in a Cell match. So he thought that this was a sure win for him.
Sure. Obviously he was wrong, but still, whatever. I can see why they wanted to do it at the end. They get the big Oba chance, and if you're gonna rip up the ring, it's kind of you got to do that as your last match.
Yeah.
Plus the cage. Obviously, WWE lowers the cage unlike us, like indie schmucks, that has to get guys like Joe Thornton to do it all by himself. Because not only is he never wrong about stuff, Hiromu's on his way. He's also the strongest man in the universe. Did you see he put our belt up last time? He didn't even use the ladder. He just like flew. He was like, but it's like, remember My Secret Identity?
Yeah. Jerry O'Connell. Yep.
Yeah. He doesn't, he kind of floats and we have to like push him. And then we like grab a little string and then we like grab him and bring him back down. But still, I still think it's a pretty impressive power. But yes, let's hit night 2 because the fun stuff happened right at the beginning here.
Right? Yeah. I was just getting comfortable with my slice of pie, pizza pie, that is. And the night starts off with Sami Zayn versus Finn Balor for the #1 contenders match, or so we thought. The Raw or the SmackDown GM comes out and he says, wait. In the interest of fairness and in the interest of business, he's adding someone to the match. Out comes Gunther. But that's not all. He says that it's actually a 4-way, and we get a returning 18 months later, Kevin Owens. I love it. I love the fact that Kevin's back. And I'm not even complaining anything about the fact that he is back. I just wish that I didn't read that one report from Meltzer saying that Kevin Owens is in Minnesota and he's ready to come back any day now.
Luckily, I did not read that. I'm also, though, I am reading a few of the other chats here. Scott, modern day Roughhouse Fargo, maybe that's actually kind of an interesting point. And I don't know what somersault you're talking about, guy with fat cat, but
The CM Punk one.
The CM Punk one, dude. It was Stevie Richards online saying it was like an homage to Terry Funk. He was just like, just go for it. Just like,
and CM Punk kind of joked around about that. I think I don't know.
Whatever. It was fine. If it would have been nice if he hit him, but if he hit him, it would have been very Terry Punk because he would have like crushed his head. Right. So there you go. But in fact, it wouldn't be very Terry Funk if he did hit him. So good on you, CM Punk. He's such a professional.
Unlike Jace Jane. I'm joking. Sami Zayn versus Finn Balor versus Gunther versus Kevin Owens for the #1 contender match. Again, this is another match that I felt it was good. It was fun. Awesome to see everyone back. We got the Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens moment. But just as the match was getting juicy, it ended abruptly, I felt.
Well, there's a lot of meat on the bone for these guys to all face each other. But yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate. Everything on night two was pretty tight, was pretty short. And yes, we're all agreeing here that we love the moonsault. Good. That match was great. He was in shock. Everybody's in shock. This, like I said, I didn't read it. I didn't know that was happening. I was in shock in general when the whole thing happened because I was trying to think, like, who's going to win out of these two? Like, what does it matter? But Kevin Owens, like Gunther coming out and like all just being like, I'm going to do the right thing. You were right. Here, you deserve it. And I'm not that surprised. Like when he said he was going to add someone, first thing I thought was Gunther because he like beat the crap out of both of them on Friday, right?
It was their way of ending the feud.
Yeah, but he also beat the crap out of both those guys on Friday, Gunther, saying I should be in this match. So like when he said I'm going to add someone to the match, I thought, okay, it's going to be Gunther.
And it makes sense, right? Because he screwed him out of the title match at MSG, and there's been a lot of history. So it makes sense from I want to do what's best for business point of view.
Mm-hmm. And then Kevin Owens was a complete surprise to me, and it's about time. And he might not have never come back, with the injury that he had, but I kind of felt like he was going to. And him winning might lead into all like basically my like Sammy storyline from last year is like kind of coming true. Like if Kevin Owens wins this belt somehow, from CM Punk, and if you think about it, my video was literally CM Punk was champ. And in the video, Kevin Owens, and they had their promo like you're not ready, Kevin, your neck, all this stuff. Like, don't push yourself too hard. Like my entire video is exactly this. And then he beats CM Punk like when you least expect it. Like, oh my God, like very New Japan. Like, I can't believe he did it. And then Sammy wins Money in the Bank, and Kevin's basically saying like, hey, don't screw me, Sammy, don't screw me. When Sammy finally wins, he's like, I did it. Look, I'm champ again. No one's gonna take it from me. And like this could be great. It's almost too bad that he recently won it. Because it would be better if his first time ever winning it was beating Kevin in a shitty way, but
it's
we're moving to, and then in Saudi, like imagine it went all the way to the way that I said, like by the time he wins it in Saudi properly, he's already champ walking into Saudi, but by the time he wins that match, it's like he's champ.
I think that the two main events at WrestleMania, this is what my prediction is on our live taping on August 5th. 2026, we're going to get Oba and Roman on one side, and then for the wrestling purists, we're going to get Sammy versus Owen on the other side. Versus Owens.
Very interesting. All right. Well, congratulations, Kevin Owens. You're back. You got CM Punk on the platter. I was looking forward to some Sami Zayn, CM Punk like promos. This will be just as good. I don't think Kevin Owens and Punk haven't really fought. Like they kind of came in at different times. They
didn't really cross too much.
Yeah, they've been in locker rooms though. Like Kevin's the fat guy in the singlet when Punk is on top in these indies, and Punk's telling him, you're a piece of crap. But he's Eddie Kingston, same way he treated Eddie Kingston. So there's a lot of meat on this bone too.
Yep, exactly. But yeah, no, this is great. This is a great surprise to start night.
Speaking of meat on the bone. That like mug bulldog at the end of this next match, she probably was chewing on a bone. And there was not a lot of meat on the bone in this match, though. Like the match was kind of boring. And I don't know why everybody was like, okay, we're talking about Chad Gable versus Penta. Do your intro of the match.
That's not the next match.
It's not?
No, that was a sub-main event. The next match was for the U.S. Championship, Trick Williams versus Baron Corbin.
Sorry. Wrong championship in my mind.
Yeah.
I'm very sorry, my friend.
No, it's all
well,
good.
Anyways. That was a good segue with the meat on the bone stuff and the growling, right?
This one didn't have too much meat. And okay, so the amount of people, God bless our listeners. The amount of people that messaged me at the same time, including friends who I know don't give a fuck about this show. That's on KPHR Hamilton and YouTube.com at Hutch Henrys. You like that one. And everyone, honestly, it was like 8, 9, 10 messages of saying, why the fuck is Lil Yachty here? I don't like him. He's useless. Yada, yada, yada. Thoughts on
Yada,
that?
yada, yada. I like Little Yachty. Like, he's...
Again, I
like,
never know when you're honest or when you're fucking with me.
Okay, list the last, like, 5 celebrities that have been involved with shit. I'll wait.
Pat McAfee, Jelly Roll, Gronkowski.
Come on, what about Travis Scott?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about him.
Come on, name a couple others. Dude, Yachty's the man.
mean-
He's showing up
you
every
mean-
week. He's good on promos.
Because he's got
willing
nothing else
take the
to
bump.
do.
Well, that's a serious indictment against a man who's probably got a lot more going on than you and I do.
Yeah, I know.
But okay, maybe like I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not saying
I never
Yachty's
said whether I
amazing.
agreed with
I'm just
them.
saying
I'm just saying
Yachty's
people
in.
were. Hold on. I never said I agreed or disagreed with them. I just said I got a ton of messages from listeners and non-listeners saying, "WTF with this Lil Yachty stuff."
Yeah, and you know what the best part about like Yachty being like all like hip hoppy and like, hey, like when Jelly Roll tries to like talk, he's like he's like acting and doing a promo, like, hey, Randy, Cody, dude, hey, Brew, I'm coming in, blah, blah, blah. Like he's trying to be a wrestler and do a promo. And like Paul Walter Hauser and all these like fat freaking like Southern dudes that like to wrestling. And like, I like my wrestling, and like I'm a skinny Southern. I got family down there. Okay, it's fine. But like Yachty, you can't tell if he's like acting or not acting, because he might be like this in real life. Who knows? Like this whole veneer, this like, man, the way he can like deliver stuff, like this like hip hop dude might take himself seriously and actually talk like that a lot of the time.
Same
Like
with Travis
I'm
Scott.
pretty sure that outside of a ring that Trick Williams probably says, hey, grown folks are talking. You know what I mean? This is not something he only says in the ring. So these people are like this. Bad Bunny. Okay, fine, Joe. Bad Bunny. See, Joe's never wrong. I'm telling you, man. Bad Bunny has that Lil Yachty spirit.
Hold on. Joe is never wrong, but Hiromu's doing fantastic in NXT right now.
Oh, wait, you just wait. Now that you've said that,
I know.
you just wait.
I know.
Like wasn't Robert Stone on the phone with someone this last week?
Yeah.
Just at the end of the episode?
Yeah.
You wait now. So what was I saying? You see, can't interrupt me like that, bro.
Hold on.
Okay, now Little Yachty, Bad Bunny's bringing that Yachty energy, or is Yachty bringing the Bad Bunny energy? And maybe this is an indictment on Yachty because Bad Bunny is very busy, so that's why he's only shown up twice. But Yachty's there every week, so maybe he doesn't have quite as much going on as Bad Bunny, who's basically one of the #1 selling artists in the entire world because the Spanish language portion of the planet is like insanely huge, and like they're like a buying market.
My
like the freaking like
parents listen to Bad Bunny. Like
Yeah,
that's
man.
how popular
You know what I
this
mean?
guy is.
Like there are different larger populations out there, and but like they don't have like the buying power that Latinas do. Their buying power is way less than other portions of like societies. But as far as like
Latinas have no buying power. Their fathers and boyfriends do.
Sure, okay, whatever. I'm just saying, as
And for the record, for all you listeners on KPHR Hamilton, I am Latino. I speak from experience.
And obviously you're a bigot too.
Fuck off.
God damn it. No, okay. God dang it, man.
Jesus Christ.
No, okay. I like
fun,
Yachty.
KPHR Hamilton.
Yachty over Jelly Roll. Exactly. Like that's what freaking I want to say Fat Cat, but it's guy with Fat Cat, but like Fat Cat. Oh yeah, that's just the end of his name, so it's a short form. Okay, Fat Cat. But it sounds like I'm calling him a Fat Cat, which he is. This guy's a high roller.
I just think
too.
of DuckTales.
You should see his new teeth. They shine.
Yeah,
gold
I've
and
seen
diamonds.
I've seen pictures.
Dude.
He's got the little
So that's-
Yachty going on. He's got the little Yachty.
Kind of gets
going
on my nerves because he, like I was saying, he's one of the hip hop guy. He's not a solo Sokoa. He's an Uso, right? He has a grill. Well, whatever. But yeah, Baron Corbin, new champ. Is he gonna walk around with that fuzzy title? Because that'd be some funny.
He already said that it's gone.
It's gone. Okay, good. You know what? And it's just like the US title and like the Smoking Skull. Now that it's gone, they're just having it for WWE shop. Just 2 months with the belt and it's gone. And when he wins the next US title, it'll just be a normal one. It won't even have the fur on it. And he's probably learned already after a week of having the fur. He's like, this shit's getting gamey as fuck. right away. By the time he was coming out for the event, it wasn't like sticking up anymore. It was like starting to go flat. It's getting nasty, right? Just like Darby Allin's pink jacket. How long did that last? About a month and a half. Gone. Yeah, you can't wash that shit. Changes it completely. Like once it's soiled, it's done. And like pro wrestlers sweat profusely.
Yes.
Like as soon as that shit, like you can't, like as soon as you touch it after the match, that's it. That portion you touched is done. Oh, somebody hugged me. Oh, my tag team partner hugged me. Okay, this whole lower half here, the belt's done. Like that's it. It doesn't last forever.
Exactly. Are we done with this portion of the program?
I guess so. People aren't gonna be buying this on WWE Shop. Don't soil it. That's all I'm saying. All right, let's go. What match is next? Obviously, I don't know. I'm mixing up my.
It's not Chad Gable and Penta. It is the. Joe, you don't even need to put anything in the chat right now. And for those of you wondering, we have a chat because we are live each and every single week at youtube.com/HutchHenrys. So for those of you listening on KPHR Hamilton, you can join in on the fun. All right, Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill versus Chelsea Green versus Charlotte Flair versus Lash Legend in a ladder match for the interim women's championship.
I like how you almost like gargled when you said Cargill. You were like Jade Cargill.
My mouth is like I've got cotton mouth, and I didn't do any drugs.
It's
I
the
just have cotton mouth today.
Joe was right.
Fuck
Yes,
right
Joe
off.
was right about Chelsea Green. But I can't give you this one. I can't give you this one, Joe, because this was an ultra. Everybody wanted Chelsea Green to win. I don't know if you said she's gonna win. Like I can't remember. Were you like steadfast? You're like she's gonna win, but like you're also like you're like my one cat that isn't afraid of anything. Like just runs right straight in and then sometimes regrets it. Like I know you'll commit even though you know you're not wrong, and then you'll be like whatever. Like yeah, like I like your conviction. So yes, you probably did say she was going to win definitively, and you were once again right. And I love that they got to take like she is Zack Ryder's woman, right? So she could get Zack Ryder. Could be done this Friday.
Dude, that was my first thought.
Yeah,
was watch her lose this on SmackDown.
See, it's not WrestleMania. But at least it's the interim world title and not the IC title. So she's got like a title up on him, but he's got an event kind of up on her. But they can still have
more days technically because he lost it the next day on Raw.
That's right. She's got a whole week. Green. She's got like a Sami Zayn reign maybe. But they can both have their pictures of them on the ladders in their like front.
Oh, you know that they're gonna make a mural out of that.
Yeah, like, dude, what's that shit they before AI? Which was like it's like 18 months ago. There was like no AI. It's crazy. But like what what were they shilling on all the podcasts? And Don Callis used to get them to make the oil paintings or whatever. No, but yes, they still show that. But for a while they were shilling like they still show that too. But they were like, take your memories, like get your grandfather and your like new baby and like give them to these people. And they do like paintings. Yeah, they make custom paintings for you, right?
The presser, the printing press.
Dude, they're gonna get one of those, like a full-on, like from Dodgeball, like wrestling the bull, where they're gonna be like behind their table, like behind. It's gonna be a short title run. Unfortunately, I think you're right, man.
You know what? I'm gonna go on a limb. I'm gonna go on a limb and say, I don't know how. I could be. You guys can make fun of me all you want, but I believe in my heart of hearts, and my gut of guts, and my eyes of eyes, that she's gonna beat Rhea Ripley somehow.
Really, you know what? That would be fun. And I was even thinking about that for a minute too. I was like, what if she gets like slip on a banana peel, like roll up, like the same way if you're watching the G1, like there's a lot of that stuff, right? Where someone who is better than another competitor gets distracted, or like, they do something, they get the salt in the eye, like you roll, I got to roll up on this person. Like it could happen. But what I think is if she doesn't lose it right away, they might give her like a Kofi kind of run. Where she like gets a couple wins on people and everybody likes her and there's lots
and then
of
she's gonna lose in 5 seconds.
To like Rhea's gonna come back and it'll be
Brock
like
Lesnar.
Brock Lesnar her, right? Done. Right, but they're gonna give her like a nice run with all these like fun, unique moments, these Toro Yano like Santino moments where everybody slips on a banana peel and Chelsea Green did it again. Chelsea Green, and just when you're starting to get annoyed by it.
What you think of this ladder match, anyways?
Fun stuff, a couple of like fun spots, and I really kind of like the ending. And
I love the ending.
WWE's been doing weird, interesting things with their cameras, and it's because of AAA. If you watch the most recent with Verano Stella Scandalos, AAA they do what I do at my wrestling show, but it's not like I invented it. They've been doing it before too, but they're doing it a lot more now. So they have like their hard cam that's far back, and then they have a zooming hard cam.
Yep.
But they will stick on the zooming hard cam for a long time. and like sometimes even like go outside the ring and zoom in and then come back out and like wow, they're on this freaking camera. In AAA, they're doing it for like 90 seconds. You're like, holy moly. Like, and like, it really looks cool. And you see people coming in and you don't get the camera change when they hit the move. And like somebody's turns around and their back is to you and they're taking a hit from behind them. So you don't even really see the hit. You just see the bump because the camera pans back a little bit and moves down. And I was just like, wow, this is like what my indie wrestling guy does. And I stay on his camera the most because sometimes our wide camera is a little too wide for my liking. So I'm like, whatever. And he's doing a good job. They did that in this ladder match a bit. And they did it at the very end with Chelsea when they like zoomed in on her and she like woke up and like sat up and they just zoomed back and watched her go all the way up. And I was all like, and unfortunately they showed the mystery Charlotte spot with Jade Cargill where they got taken out by the Invisible Man. But then they went straight to the wide shots. It was nice. I like this match, if not just for the camera work. I never really like women doing these kind of matches.
Same.
You know, even like we saw earlier with the scapular break with Brie Bella, don't like, you know, punch each other all you want, but try not to hit each other with metal or wooden objects, please, for my liking. But hey, you know what? Good on you. You know, show me I'm wrong. Tough gals. You know, but it's like, well, I feel like I could watch the Brawling Birds like smash their heads against concrete all day and just be like, yeah, have another pint. And I'd be like, go at it.
Rules.
You know,
that's,
but like,
when they come out, that's all I picture.
But some of these girls, I'm just like, man, don't hurt yourself, man.
Well, so this isn't, I'm not even trying to nitpick. This was more of an observation of how careful all the women were in this match, right? Like when they would fall on the ropes, they would fall on their feet very noticeably. Maybe it was the camera work. Maybe it was something. I don't know. But like, I'm not even complaining. I don't want to see anyone get hurt. But
dude, like it's, I'm sorry, muscle, no matter how much they're in the gym and, you know, Jay, the gargle looks great. They all look great. But, you know, it's the bone density, the muscle twitch fiber, like the muscle density, like it's not there. Like for these kinds of like repetitive impacts, like if you don't have the muscle, then like it vibrates through the muscle to the bone. And that's what happens. You get bone bruises, you get hurt, you get tendon tears. It's just not good, you know? So I'm glad that it was short. I'm glad that nobody seemed to get hurt.
Yeah. And then that flip that Tiffany Stratton took from the ring to the outside was crazy.
It was, but I don't like, am I crazy? Like she landed pretty flush.
Oh, she did. Oh, she did. It was super safe. It was great. It looked great. I like that.
I was, you know, funny that you mentioned it. I remember thinking at the time, like, oh, okay, good. Like she didn't go through it wasn't a bunch of tables. It wasn't like a Bubba Ray Dudley spot or something
Chelsea
like that. Like the girls caught her.
The bank.
Boom. Dude, Chelsea's like, you know why we all love Chelsea? Because, and maybe WWE's figuring it out, because in reality, every man in the world knows that Chelsea Green is like the ultimate woman. Everybody wants their own Chelsea Green. Not only is she like fabulously gorgeous, she's like not too skinny. She's certainly not fat. She's not too muscular. She's just absolutely like, we're going to go the sexy side. Man, she is so sexy, but she's also beautiful. Her face is so expressive, big eyes, cherubic, her personality, the long wavy hair, not too curly, not too straight, not too anything. Like I'm not trying to judge anybody's look or anything out there. I'm just saying, like,
no, it's an observation. You're allowed to have observations.
Impressive woman, big smile, so nice, like hardworking, obviously willing to put in like downtrodden and coming back for more, you know, just like, man, like what a gal. Yeah, holy moly. Like every guy in the world would want Chelsea Green.
By golly, I think you're right. By gosh.
I'm just saying.
Let's go to the Lollipop Gang.
You know, like she shows up for work. She doesn't have to be the center of the attention. She's funny as hell, but she's professional. Like, and I'm, you know, like you could take her home to mom.
Clearly doesn't say no to anything in the ring. Right?
Like you get this impression like she's not sleeping on. She's obviously loyal. She's been with like Matt for like, congratulations, Chelsea.
Yep. There we go. The next match was a Human Monies on a pole match. Danhausen versus Dominic Mysterio. So my one complaint for this night, my major complaint for this night, is that they had the ladder match, and then right after they had the Monies on a pole match, which was very similar in style.
Mm-hmm. You know, really what I think is that every man in the world would like love to have a Danhausen. I mean, just think about him. He's so sexy. His face is so expressive. The beautiful eyes, the makeup. He's, like you could take him home to mom. He's obviously funny. He's professional. He's making good money. He's obviously reliable. They can put him in any situation and he's thriving, wrestling on camera, trying to like making a fool of himself, showing his ass, but still showing up every day for work and smiling. Like every man wants a Danhausen, and like, man, good. What a guy. Congratulations, Danhausen. Money well spent.
Are we done?
Yeah, do we need to say anything else about this match? Like,
there's literally nothing that I want to say about this match.
Poor Dominic Mysterio. Thank God he's going to join Oho and be with Omos and join Dorian Roldan and like take over for Vikingo, so Vikingo can come back as a baby face and hopefully get over the attitude problems and like all that stuff. It's perfect. But man, what a drop from beating John Cena and the ovation at WrestleMania winning the IC. Like,
you know what bothers me about this the most with Dominic? It's that he's the AAA Mega Champion.
Well, same thing with like Bandito and the Ring of Honor title. Like,
but that's my point. It hurts me to my core, especially for a brand that I love, like Ring of Honor and AAA. I've always been a AAA fan.
Yeah, and the AAA title has always been a bit more carny if you go through the history of it. But I'm okay with champions not defending their titles for long periods of time. But I'm not okay with champions going places and jobbing constantly. Like slip on a banana peel, start a program, like make a big deal out of it. Fine. But like, don't just have them lose. And like one of the few problems I have with AEW is like every person comes out with a title, which in itself is insane. But then also somebody's got to lose.
Yep.
So you're also losing value on this title.
Yeah, which is a lot of weird decisions on that one. But it just bothers me. In my soul of souls, my heart of hearts, my tummy of tummies, it really does bother me that Dominic Mysterio, as AAA Mega Champion, kind of gets treated like this. Like, that's the biggest takeaway from all of this here. All right, we're going to move on from here. And Joe Hendry. Joe Hendry. I guess this is his spot now.
Yeah, I mean, getting squashed by Braun Breaker too, like almost like smashed his shoulder. Man, Braun was so intense on Monday. But yes, Joe Hendry. Do we believe in Joe Hendry?
Well, now it's time. Intercontinental Championship. Penta, your champion, versus Chad Gable. Chad Gable wins this match. Again, short affair. One thing is, the ending was a little weird with the sequence to the tap out. I feel like Penta could have waited just a couple more seconds before tapping out, right?
Yeah, maybe like the struggle would have been nice.
Yeah,
but I mean, we don't realize is you criticize actors, and there's 100 takes, and the director's telling you what to do. No, more of this. Like just say this line over and over and like stutter. Yeah. Do it like as if you're like in pain. Okay, wait. And then like that's the take they use, and they're like, oh, she was awful in this movie. They made her. I was watching somebody do a thing with Brie Larson, and they were like, she was so bland throughout the whole thing. And I'm like, bro, they were telling her like, stop being emotional, like be like wood. You're very wooden. You're very disconnected. And then she's getting like criticisms. All her whole performance was disconnected. I'm not like glossing Brie Larson like a huge stan here. I'm just saying, feel like that might be the kind of thing that was happening here. They might have been like, hey, go. We got to give at least 35 minutes, 40 minutes. We end entrances. We got a good like 45, 50 minutes here for main event, guys. So like, let's go. And plus, we got to get that mug root beer dog in here, and they've paid for a good like 3 minutes total. And if we don't get every second in, they're gonna want money back. So like, just tap the fuck out and let's get going here.
That hurt my soul. Okay. So Chad Gable wins. New IC champ, has a very loving, heartfelt moment with his family. What I loved about that is it was very similar in kind of the juxtaposition to when he lost the mask, right? Where he introduced himself and he said, "This is my family," blah, 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 blah. Beautiful moment. They could have ended it there. But no. TKO is going to TKO, and they had the mug, root beer, mascot, cat, dog, whatever the fuck it was. Number one, I thought someone was under the mask and going to attack him. So when I saw that, it was literally just a commercial. My soul hurt a little bit.
I feel like there's a meme that could come out where it's like, the split screen meme, and at the top it'll say TNA is going to TNA, and it'll be like some kind of classic TNA moment where you're like like head slap TNA moment. And then underneath it'll just be Chad Gable with the dog and holding the 2 group years, and it'll just say TKO gonna TKO.
Yep.
So somebody out there, please do that. But yeah, dude, this match itself, the entire build up to it, ever since he's shown back up and he's like, hi, I'm Chad Gable in his suit hanging out with the luchadors. And it's like, oh, Chad Gable's back. And Chad, love Chad. This entire thing was more manufactured than Punk and Rhodes. Like, I swear to God. If from the minute he showed up and challenged, you knew he was going to win it. He was going to win it in Minnesota. He's coming out in the team colors. Like, everybody's talking about how much they were looking forward to this match. And it's going to be such a great match. And these guys, like, I had zero interest in this. Not that I didn't like either of these guys, but like, they're both baby faces. They're pushing Chad down your throat in this like sappy, altruistic, like kind of way. Like, Chad Gable, all American, good boy. And it was the first match he ever had. So like, talk about an Orton Cena kind of thing. Like, yeah, they've fought each other before. And he was just in Mexico fighting all the luchadors. And now he's here with the luchadors. Since the minute that the luchadors showed up, both Lucha Brothers, it's all been like Chad Gable the whole time. If it wasn't for the damn injury, he'd probably wouldn't be in this position.
Exactly.
So I guess that's a good thing or bad thing. I'm sure he's very happy where he's at. I'm sure he's making good money, getting what he wants. And he's, seems to really like his family and want to take him everywhere. I wonder if they're making him do that too. Like, he's got his family down in Mexico for the unmasked thing. He's a champion. His family there for the IC title win, as if he's winning the world title.
His daughter. I'm assuming it's his daughter. She looks so confused and lost. And like, I was just thinking, like, the few times that we've seen her, she hugs her bloody father. It's like, yeah, that's a memory that she's gonna grow up with.
Yeah, well, I mean, whatever. It worked out for Noelle Foley, right? She's not crazy. Yeah.
Wait. Long story short, I hate commercials so much, Hutch. I hate commercials so much that because we're at the top of the hour here on KPHR Hamilton, we're going to have to take a quick break. And on the other side of the break, we're going to be talking about the SummerSlam main event, and we're going to be talking about Raw and AEW Dynamite, and we will be right back here on KPHR Hamilton, and you are listening to A+ Wrestling.
This is Joseph Vendetti from Barbarian Bar Fitness, your source for Canadian-made functional fitness equipment built for the grind. Pro wrestling doesn't take an off-season. It's 52 weeks of punishing work in and out of the ring. That's why we designed versatile, battle-tested gear to help you train harder, recover smarter, and stay ready for the spotlight. Our mission? To empower wrestlers, coaches, and athletes with equipment that elevates your performance and amplifies your impact. Visit barbarianbarfitness.com and unleash your potential.
This is Dak Xavier Josiah, the host of ACMG Presents Talk Time Live, the podcast. Talk Time Live is a show that talks about your favorite fandoms with the latest news, discussions, and interviews with some of the hottest names in all of anime, comics, movies, and games, such as...
This is Miley Flanagan, the voice of Naruto.
Hey there, this is Kyle Hebert, the voice of Gohan from Dragon Ball Super.
This is Stephanie Shea, the voice of Sailor Moon.
Visit TalkTimeLive.com and let us help you learn to let go, live life, and love all things ACMG.
Talk Time Live.
Yo, this is Vince Russo, man, and I'm here to tell you about A+ Wrestling with Hutch and Boris. Guys, check it out. The greatest wrestling sports entertainment show out there today. Tell them Vince Russo sent you.
And And we are back here on KPHR Hamilton and on youtube.com at Hutch Henrys. We are A Plus Wrestling. I am Boris. He is Hutch, and we are still talking SummerSlam. In fact, we are on the main event of SummerSlam, and then we're going to be talking some Raw. Might be chatting some NXT. We'll talk some AEW Dynamite. Maybe even touch some AAA, because we're going to be talking Mexico anyways. We are here for the rest of the hour on this super giant-sized issue of A Plus Wrestling. Hutch, let us jump to the main event here on KPHR Hamilton and youtube.com at Hutch Henrys. Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins for the undisputed WWE Championship.
See, like, this was match of the night, match of the weekend, really. And I was surprised to think so, but probably like the most interesting match, longest match, significantly better than like Cody and Punk. And
significantly?
Like, yeah. Like significantly more interest. Like Punk and Cody seem like two wrestlers playing their part and like doing their stuff. Like Punk seems very much like, I'm CM Punk. I'm doing my CM Punk thing. I don't know. I didn't think this match was going to sell me, but Roman Reigns is really good now at doing a Roman Reigns match. It's like the same stuff I complained about in the Hell in the Cell, like the big one-liners from Michael Cole, the soundbite one-liners, and the kicking out of finishers, spamming finishers and spears. But it's like the pandemic did something for Roman, like those the Thunderdome and
Paul
like
Heyman.
but like facing his cousin and like working on like talking in a match because there was no crowd and the cameras were there and like saying that insulting shit to your opponent.
Dude,
like,
remember, a year before that, he was getting dog food poured on him by Dolph Ziggler and Baron Corbin.
Yes, like the tribal chief and Paul Heyman and the whole presentation was, of course, like very important to the whole thing. But that stretch of being the tribal chief and like beating up his cousin and like, honestly, like the talking, the fact that the characters themselves were the match because there was no fans there and no reaction there and they had to do more. That's what made the bloodline so compelling, is they had to lean into the story part of it. So we all bought into it. But like Roman Reigns was able to create the Roman Reigns match really during this time. There's a very clear formula. It's like, you know, finisher spamming, trade each other's moves even once in a while, you know, like with like double special in the game where you can steal your opponent's move, you know. Like for these two guys, it's, you know, spear for spear, stomp for stomp, back and forth. You know, even the like missing the big move at the end, you know, in the worst case scenario, it's Finn Balor getting like struck down from God and never seeing the demon again. But in this case, it's, you know, missing the super stomp and like turning around into a spear or whatever the actual ending was. But, you know, like, I don't know, the fist bump at the end and even the shield. I didn't like I didn't need shield vignettes all weekend throughout the whole event, but I didn't mind like the, you know, Sierra Alpha, and then into Seth Rollins music, you know, and I don't know. Like if it was not as bad as I thought it was going to be. And there was a period of time I didn't like that the Superman punch and the spear and all this stuff. Like to me, they all seemed like, you know, the way somebody might criticize a soccer match and say, well, you're just getting the ball from one end to another. And like hockey, you just get the thing from one end to another. And like, but baseball's cerebral. Baseball's an amazing game. And like the people that are like that, you know, some people might be like, that's kind of how I thought of these moves. I was like, yeah, you're just running at the guy. Are you punching him? Are you throwing your shoulder into him? Are you drive-by-ing him? Like all you do is just run at guys and punch him like you're a striker. But like, I kind of like it now. Roman Reigns has done it. I'm a Roman Reigns fan just in time for him to retire.
Roman stan now.
Yeah, like, well, like I don't hate
getting a poster on your wall.
You know, I like the music.
Cut out.
I like him coming out and everything. It's like, all right, you know, he's Roman Reigns. He's done it just in time to be like, all right, I've done it all. I've finally come into like, you know, finally. He's been doing this for a while. But anyways, my point is, they finally got him there, and I think pandemic had a lot to do with it. And these Roman Reigns style matches, you know, we're gonna have this with LA Knight. There's going to be talking and there's going to be like, who you think you are? You think you're this and like this. It'll be fun, even though LA Knight will lose, but it'll be a Roman's Reigns match, man. You know,
a Reigns reign.
Yeah.
There we go. I like this match. This again, I did appreciate this match a lot. I thought this match was good. People talk about how slow and meticulous the WWE style is. Does it bother you?
I don't know. Like tonight we watched AEW Dynamite, which we like, and it was like almost 3 hours. You know, it was like 5 minutes shy, 3 hours, 10 minutes shy, 3 hours. This show, night 1 was 3 hours, 5 minutes. I don't know how long night 2 was.
It's over.
So like, I don't know, like what was like 6 of one, half dozen of the other. It would have been. It's too bad. There's so many ads and so much stuff, but I don't mind it. I guess
I always say this about wrestling in general, especially nowadays, right? WWE is WWE. They give us too little. Sometimes AEW gives us too much. Just find something down the middle. Down the middle would be perfect.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Let me say the WWE style. I don't know. I'm not against it, I guess.
I'm not against it. I'm not for it. I'm not against it. I understand it. It's what I grew up with, technically, right? Like it's what we watched for the longest time. And then we discovered there was more than just WWE. And
Yeah,
we got
like,
into tape trading and ECW. But it's fine. I don't hate it.
So like when you got your All Japan tapes or you started to see NWA, you had a friend with a satellite dish and you're watching like the Southern stuff. Yeah, like much better wrestling. And maybe it is formulaic. Like AEW is so great. They could win. People don't have to win with their finisher and anything could happen. And
but that's a formulaic in itself. Because you know that there's going to be 1,000 fake pins until the actual finish.
Well, I mean, Monday Night Raw seemed a little bit fresh. Like after a SummerSlam that I feel everybody wanted to criticize, and certainly a SmackDown run for months that's been lackluster, and a build for everything that seemed weird and forced. I feel a lot of this stuff seemed really forced this time around. But then Monday Night Raw came around, and it was fabulous.
So let's jump right into that in a brief moment. So SummerSlam, Roman Reigns wins. They do the Shield stuff, yada, yada, yada. And the peasants rejoice. Hutch, SummerSlam 2026 as a whole. Thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle.
I don't know, like 6.5 out of 10. Is that a thumbs in the middle?
That's a thumbs in the middle, I guess.
All right.
All right. I'm going to give it a thumbs up. All in all, I was sports entertained. I liked it. I enjoyed it enough. There was more I liked than I didn't like.
I didn't need it. I got a life. I didn't need this to be spread out over 2 nights. And I didn't need to I didn't need an entire intro with like sports figures I don't know. Like, I don't need all this stuff, you know? So that's why it's like, it's in the middle. Because it's like, it's none of it seems so much, all this corporate nonsense. I don't know. All right, thumbs up, fine.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing about that. I don't want to say it's no different than how it used to be, but it's more in your face than how it used to be, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
Right? Because WWE's always been about the celebrities. The mid 80s was built on MTV and whatnot, right? So
who's taking this title from Roman? It's not LA Knight. Is it Oba? And how fast?
I think it's Oba at WrestleMania. WrestleMania.
Roman's not sticking around the whole time. So
does it matter?
We're going to have to
defend it.
There we go. I was talking earlier. It's not that big a deal.
Exactly.
All right.
Well, what do you think? Big shot.
About what?
Who's going to take it from Roman?
Oh, like Oba, I guess. But I mean, who knows?
I picked
really?
Oba.
Well, I mean, I don't know. There's I don't know. Could be like they could do anything. It does appear like it should be Oba, but I mean, they could easily move into it being somebody else somehow. Should be a face, so I mean, that really gives you Oba. Don't know.
So this completely random. Going to completely just throw some random information out there. Think you would appreciate, a couple listeners might appreciate. During the span of this show, I just bought myself a Perros del Mal t-shirt.
Nice.
Yeah.
You guys should go to AmericanPuro.com, buy yourself a t-shirt. Puro, Puro. AmericanPuro.com. A lot of fun little t-shirts there. And
there is. I saw the collection. I'm going to actually put an order there myself. There was a couple stuff that I liked.
A lot more on the way. But I think we're going to get a lot more out of WWE on the way too, if Raw is any indicator. Obviously, the higher ups were upset with ticket sales. They weren't boasting numbers like they often love to do. And I think everybody knows that this was a lackluster product. Anybody that's online would see a lot of fans complaining on Twitter. So yeah, hopefully this Raw and the potential of what could be SmackDown with all the faces back Yeah. Hopefully,
So
we are going to be seeing something new here.
Let's talk about Raw. LA Knight kicked things off. LA Knight wants his shot. Did you know that Roman Reigns' watch cost $600,000?
Really, $600,000?
Yep.
Supposedly he's watch obsessed.
Yes.
Like,
apparently he is.
Obsessed.
Yep.
That's really unfortunate. It's that much money.
Look, none of us would know this, but obviously, because he said what it was, everyone went online and checked it out. $600K.
Well, LA Knight, you got a big hill to climb, man, with that Walmart watch. But he came out, did his thing. But I still remember one of my favorite moments was LA Knight cutting off Roman Reigns like 3 years ago. So I don't think this is going to go anywhere. We might get some good promos. How long till Money in the Bank? Like a whole month?
October. Is this even going to go to Money in the Bank?
I mean,
okay, so let's just jump right into this because we are talking about Roman Reigns, talking about LA Knight. We're talking about who's next. And at the end of Raw, Rey Mysterio talks to Roman Reigns and he says he's got an idea. A lot of people have been thinking that Heat Wave and Worlds Collide August 30th going head to head with All In. On paper, it makes sense that Roman Reigns would do something there. We also have Triple Mania, which is the big show from AAA, having 2 nights, one in Vegas, one in Mexico City. That Monday, Raw is going to be in Mexico City. So everyone was guessing what was going to happen. Earlier today, they announced, Rey Mysterio on social media announced that they're having a tournament with wrestlers from AAA, SmackDown, and Raw. And the winner of that tournament is going to be facing Roman Reigns on Raw in Mexico City.
Yeah, but it's going to be happening on AAA, like the tournament. So you're going to get SmackDown and Raw stars on AAA competing in this tournament. That's interesting, I guess. I mean, obviously they're not going to win, but there's another title defense for Roman.
So
unless maybe that's the person that wins. Whoa, we were just talking about who could it be.
So I think it'll be El Gran Americano winning this tournament in Mexico City. Kind of makes sense.
So it's the Raw after Triple Mania, right?
The Raw after Triple Mania.
All right. Well,
on Monday,
Gran Americano is going to be
Mexico City.
Going to be the mega champion by that time.
Could be.
So I can't see how he'd be going for the world title after competing in a tournament this whole time. But maybe you're right. I'm wrong. Whatever.
It depends when the tournament ends, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
And we're assuming he's going for the mega championship, which he probably is.
Well, he's got a title shot from Rey Reyes like way earlier this year. They've been saying he's going to cash it like that. Triple Mania is when he's going to go for it. And of course, they're going to put the title on him. They can't. They got to get it off of Dominic.
Yeah, they do. So we'll see. We'll see what happens there. But it was cool. I actually really love the backstage segment with the Usos and Jacob with LA Knight.
I did.
I laughed. I actually fucking laughed.
Yeah, when he's all like, "Hey, did I just hear what I thought I heard?" He's like, "Hey, guys, oh." And he's like, "Okay, touch each other." I can't remember the things he said, but yeah, it was fun
he
stuff.
said, "Leave me alone." He said, he said to you guys, "Leave him alone."
Yeah, no, I mean, I can't remember what LA Knight said specifically to them, Jacob Fatu, like seeming extra cool again. I don't mind him in this position now. Like, I think earlier this year we all wanted to see him win, but sometimes when things simmer, you realize like it needed to be Roman.
Yeah.
Agreed. And Jacob's doing good in this position, and whatever happened with Royce Keys here at the end, he's a better bloodline member than Solo. Like, they tried to push Solo as like the crazy enforcer at first, but Jacob, you believe it, so that's good.
Yeah, with Solo, I feel like he's the comedian of the group, right? And
yeah, but
he's
even back
always
then,
acted like that. Even in NXT, there was always that side of Solo where he just did something that made you crack up, and you forgot that this guy is menacing.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, yeah.
Big Cass is back.
Big Cass is back. Javon Evans and Ethan Page.
Yep.
Ethan Page got a win over Rey Mysterio, and now he's losing to Javon Evans, who's like, something about Javon Evans is not doing it for me.
Same. At first, I understood it. I felt it, but right now, I don't know.
On NXT, he seemed like a contender. Here, he seems he's taking like the Kofi spot. Like, he'll get his run one day, but I don't know. He's bouncy.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not like when your song starts with "He's bound, your boy's bouncy." like you're never going to be champ. You know, like Sami Zayn's lucky that people take his music ironically now. Because when he first came out, I was like, well, that's it for him. Like the world champ's not coming out to that song. But
the world champ did, buddy. World champ did for 2 appearances.
Yeah.
There we go.
But yeah, Big Cass looking great. I don't know. Like, I don't know if they should have had him talk right away.
You know what? I didn't. So I agree with you there. I think what they should have done is have Jackie Redmond ask her a question. Big Cass just looks ominously and scary into the mic. I think that's what they should have done, because I think that height difference and the way that they filmed that promo was awesome.
Yeah, they were like shooting him from below, which they're. But okay, like give him some wins. Give him some big wins over big people.
John Evans.
Okay. My point is, like, is he gonna get big showed? Like, what's gonna happen to this guy? There's been like Braun Strowman. It's been a lot of big dudes who have looked like big dummies over the year. And like Big Cass could end up being a big dummy in no time. Which way did he go?
Exactly. The amount of careers that The Rock ruined because of his jokes.
Yeah, who knows, right? So good luck to Big Cass. We all like you, buddy. Yep. And of course, get over his demons. Yep.
Demons. Sol Ruka versus Roxanne Perez. Sol Ruka wins with a DQ. This has the return of Becky Lynch and Stephanie Vaquer, and the Raw women's division is busy again.
Yeah, man. I thought Becky was gonna like say something to like Raquel, like, by the way, like, you've got something that belongs to me. You know, like, that would be nice if she was like, IC title, thank you very much. And like Becky being called old, like the past. Oh, it hurts. It hurts for guys like you and me. But I am. Okay, I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled that these guys are back. I'm thrilled that Stephanie's back. I'm thrilled that she's still wearing the same type of outfits. I'm thrilled. Okay, this is great. Give me that Vaquer booty all day long. It's the Vaquer. That's what we'll just call it.
Booty.
I'm gonna start calling other girls booties. She's got a nice Vaquer. Derriere Vaquer. The Vaquer Derriere. Oh, there's something there. All right. I'll give me till next time. But yeah, like good stuff. Yep. Whatever. Sol Ruka supposedly is persona non grata. So like with all the content they have, we can't even keep up with it. Obviously, WWE does not either. So supposedly they brought her up to the main roster, and the people in charge of the main roster are not happy with her performances at all. And they're like, and the skinny is that they didn't really watch her too much. They just liked her look and liked that Sean supported her. And they were like, all right, bring her up. But everybody's like, hey, she sucks. So she's getting Chris Jericho here. Like, you know, like how, so yeah, we might be seeing some more losses from Sol Ruka. And I don't think she's going to sniff the IC title again for a little while. We'll see.
I think Sol Ruka needs to wear a pair of wrestling shoes and just take a step back and execute the move the way it's supposed to be done. You don't need to add flips on the rope. You don't need to do this. You don't need to do that. I think
like Michael Cole's like, obviously she's an incredible athlete and she does some very impressive moves. I'm like, she does a impressive move. That's not that impressive. Okay, what are you talking about? Okay, she's not gonna be able to do that move forever. Okay, exactly. She's not gonna be Mae Young Moolah styles here. She's gonna be done in no time. But I don't know what to say. Maybe Sol Ruka maybe needs a little more time in the sun.
There we go. That joke was brought to you by somewhere.
By Ram Trucks.
Exactly. There you go. And you are listening to
and by Bug Root Beer.
You are Jesus Christ. You are listening to A Plus Wrestling here on KPHR Hamilton and on YouTube.com at Hutch Henry's Obafemi. Reflected on the defeating Brock Lesnar in all white.
Yeah, man.
What did you think of the dynamics with Oba and Paul?
I like interesting. I like it. Like Oba has this like this constant air of calmness. Paul Heyman seems weird now. This is all freaking
right.
Weird. What is like? And this thing
is this even the way him to align with Oba? Is this leading to a swerve so he's still with Braun? Does it matter?
It's hard to believe that I'm going to say that he's getting like a little washed here, you know. And like when Braun came up to him and he's like saying the stuff and how he's like the facials he made as Braun left and he's like and like it's all seeming like all right, like stop. We've reached the point in a story where they're no longer showing, they're telling. You know what they say to you as an author? They say show, don't tell. Right now, they keep telling us. They haven't shown us in a while, but they keep telling us how deceptive and devious and how insane like he is. But like lately, it's been all fart in a car. Like he does not seem powerful. It's like Don Fanucci from Godfather 2. You know, eventually De Niro was just staring at him and he's like, you're full of shit, aren't you? You don't have any backup. You don't have any power. Like, you know what? I'm going to give you $100 instead of 600. And you're going to take it. You're going to look under your hat. You look under your like I literally have a Don Fanucci hat like here in this room somewhere. God dang it. Too bad. Looks under his hat and he's like, oh, okay, I'll accept it. That's when he was done. Right? I feel like Paul Heyman has that now. Like there's no real power there. But he's feeling like he could just get speared through a barricade and see you later. Like especially with Brock gone, like maybe he needs an Obafemi on his side. But man, Braun Breaker looks so intense. Like this is the Braun Breaker where I believed he could destroy Obafemi just with his anger, his uncontrollable Steiner rage.
The daggers that he was sending to Obafemi just by the stare, and you had Austin Theory and Maxine Dupree just in the background. Like I love when they do stuff like that, but this was so effective because he would not stop staring. It got to the point where I'm like, is Joe Hendry going to get an upset win because Braun Breaker is so distracted by Obafemi? I'm glad he didn't.
So intense that when the only offensive move was Joe Hendry sidestepping a spear. And when he came up, like you see his shoulder was all shredded from like hitting the thing. Like this guy's gonna concuss himself. He's insane. Like he's like buying into the part. Like I believe this. They need to channel this. And like Paul Heyman, when he was all like, "Hey, congratulations, you guys have done something." Like when they first got Maxine and Paul came up to them and they were like, "Hey, you're back." And then he was like, "So why do you need me then?" And walked away with that attitude. Like that's where I'm like, that's not Paul Heyman. You should have kept these guys in your back pocket. You like saying something more like, you know what? You guys are good to work without a net for a little while. Congratulations or something like that. And so like, this is when Braun Breaker should have said the line. He's like, so where's Obafemi at? He's like, why would I know where Obafemi's at? He's like, well, isn't he your new best friend now? He's like, oh, I'm sorry. I just noticed like, since you were hanging out with him for a minute, why the hell do you need us? You know, he should have said something like that. Cause all they did was bring in what's her face for a second. Obviously, Paul must have known that they were banging. This isn't new. They've been in the background, just like freaking Laya Valkyrie there for like in all these promos. Like, they had her in the background. I wonder who she's gonna be banging. She's gonna show up with somebody. Hey, but like obviously, Paul Heyman must have known this isn't a surprise. So hey, she's here now. He missed the line of being able to say like she's won more titles than the rest of you guys. She's a 2-time IC champ. Like, well, you guys like. You need somebody like her. Maybe you should have her instead of me. Like maybe and then Paul could, sorry, I needed a Snickers. Like I was in a bad mood that day. But why would he be surprised that Braun Breaker's giving him attitude now? You deserve it, Paul. Screw you, buddy.
He literally said, "You don't need me anymore. You guys are good." Right?
Yeah. So now that's why Braun is even more pissed. He's like, you treat me like crap. You throw me to the side. I pull my groin, and now I'm nobody to you. And now you're hanging out with the enemy. He's like, I'm feeling it again. And suddenly, now that there's no Braun Strowman and Bronson Reed, like it's like he needed more. He needed to be able to brawn by himself.
Yeah.
There was only one Braun in Game of Thrones, and he was the coolest character. Get rid of these other Brauns. Bronson Reed we've already lost the weight. We just got to lose Bronson Reed forever. I'm sorry. I know you love him, but bring him back with a different name.
Joe with a comment. Take Paul off TV for a few months. When he comes back, he has a new monster heel.
Oh, I see. Yeah, moved on into the next.
Yeah,
he has a new one. Yeah, totally.
Exactly.
Or like, just at least come back. Like, we can't miss you if you don't go away. Like, when Paul comes back, it would be a surprise. It'd be like, oh, I've got like a powerful guy on my side. But right now, it feels like he's not powerful. He's made mistakes. Like he's fresh off of his freaking Ryback and like McGillicuddy run.
Oh God.
Right, when Cesaro was there too, who was a Paul Heyman guy for a while, and they were trying, and then he just ran out of steam. He's run out of steam here.
Yeah, I agree. This leads us into Chad Gable and Penta versus Dominic Mysterio and JD McDonough. I don't really have anything to say here.
What happened in this match?
Gable and Penta win cleanly.
Yeah. Yeah, I barely remember this match. I must have got distracted. But yeah, trying to remember. Yeah, oh yeah, it was like an impromptu match. I remember because it was something to do with them congratulating each other. More Gable like freaking self-flating, like, oh, Gable's so great. Hey, I'm Chad Gable. Like it started something like that, right? I can't recall.
Yep.
It must have been my zone out time. I zone out at least once per episode and go do something. So yeah, I don't think it wasn't an announced match, right? It was like a I don't know.
It's spur of the moment.
Yeah, man, like Dominic's lost all his gloss. It's too bad.
Yep, absolutely. And this leads us to the main event: Jacob Fatu versus Royce Keys in a street fight. Fatu decimates Royce Keys, so much so the blood was coming out of his mouth after he.
Oh yes, it was.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got distracted for a second because I was thinking, well, Dominic's, according to Becky Lynch, Dominic's at least banging a bunch of women's champions. So he's doing okay. But he's lost gloss as far as the stuff that's being filmed for television, at least. Yeah. Yes, so main event. Pretty cool. I like that. I mean, they needed to put Jacob over. They need to put him over strong. It's too bad it's at the expense of Royce Keys. But I'm sure something's going on here. Like I said at the very beginning of this podcast, like a million years ago. Like he's in the main event, right? He's on TV. Something's happening with him. He got a stretcher job. Like I hopefully something comes of this. Could it be that Jacob realizes that real family is who you choose? Or maybe that when he comes back, he's more motivated to join solo, like full time, like Royce Keys. Like, I don't know. Hopefully they go somewhere that makes sense, because one thing that WWE is really good at, which is a bad thing, is they're good at having people stretcher job or get hit by a car or like, and then when they come back, they don't follow up the way they should, or they follow up in a way that's weird or convoluted. And you're like, well, it's like Will Ospreay hanging out with the Death Riders and then explaining that he likes them. It's like,
we're still waiting for Ricochet to get back at Braun Breaker.
Yes, which is going to happen. He's going to pop up from under the ring any day.
But yeah, so I like this match a lot, and I kind of like that we're getting that heel Roman a little bit, right, where he kind of gave his thumbs.
Oh yeah, the thumbs up at the end.
Too.
I don't like the Tongan death grip. I don't like that he. Like,
I know you
the
don't.
Way
you
he
never
does
like that.
No, but I like when Ming used to do it, because he like used to kind of position his hand. Yeah, well, yes, but it was Ming that did it.
Yeah, but
Haku never did the Tongan. Yes, he is, but still, okay. Work with me here, all right? Like, you know,
so when Haku does a Tongan death grip, okay, continue.
All right, so like when you were a kid and you were putting the Tongan death grip on your freaking stuffed toys or on your buddies or whatever kids do, you knew how it went, right? Like I do it to my own face here. Like you would kind of hold your hand and then you would like come straight at the guy, be like,
yeah,
and then you would stand there with some distance between the two of you, and the guy would be like, ah, and then you take him down to the canvas and you're like, ah, and it's like you're pinning him like that or whatever. This Jacob Fatu is just choking him. He's just grabbing him and clawing him in the neck this way, not this way. And he's just clawing him to the ground and being like, ah, and that's fine as all, but that's called a choke, dickhead. All right. The Tongan death. How do we have a new Tongan faction led by the almighty Ming?
Haku.
Which are like, there's so much potential here. These guys should be using the Tongan death grip. Are they going to feud with the bloodline over the death grip? They're like, why'd you steal our move?
This is the same company where Booker T and Edge feuded over a loss of a Japanese shampoo commercial, if you remember.
Bro, if you swooped in and took that Indonesian freaking like laundry detergent thing that I have going on right now, dude, we would be done and we would certainly be feuding. So I totally understand. Okay, that is my Indonesian sponsor. And AmericanPure.com. But yeah, like the Tongan death grip is not being applied correctly. And why is the Tongan death grip showing up right when there's now a Tongan faction? You know?
Led by Haku.
Led by the almighty Ming, yes. Like like is the fact that I'm bothered by this?
I love the fact that
am I a mark?
That's why I'm trying to rile you up more.
Am I a mark?
Yes, you are.
It's not fair. I want to not care. I want to not care, but it's fucking stupid, man. Just change it.
We have spent the past hour and 42 minutes talking about wrestling.
She's going to be interim champion for a few weeks. They're going to take the title off her. They're gonna have the fucking bloodline using the Tongan thing when the Tongans is over there, and Rey fucking Mysterio, the AAA champ, gonna lose all the time. Fucking, I just don't want to be a mark anymore. I don't want to care. Can I not care? No, I'm kidding.
Is this the new
good Raw?
Britney
Good Raw.
Spears thing? Yeah, it was a great Raw. It was
Yeah, man.
very, very
Of course,
good Raw.
Rey Mysterio at the end.
Yep.
The artwork that I had AI generated looked so cool that we had to we were going to stick with it. We weren't changing it because Roman and Rey look really jovial.
I loved it. I love it. Love the shirt.
Dude. Still looking good. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, the no AEW shirt really looked good too. Like the shading, I was like, all right, I'm going with this because like they are still shenaniganing, right? I almost put instead of jerks, I almost put like shenanigans as like the title of the thumbnail. But like they're still booking Worlds Collide in the same bloody town at the same bloody time.
And Heatwave.
And technically, yes, as Heatwave as well. But like they're like, is it like they're obviously not afraid of them. So they just really want to destroy them. Like sons of bitches. Like just like let CMML and AEW do their thing. You've got your AAA, but like that's why they want to buy it all, right?
But this is the thing, Hutch. This is such a TKO thing. Because Vince would never give a flying F about another company. They never really did stuff like this before. They've only really been doing this since the TKO days.
It's like if you, the only, like, you can't have Darby Allin show up at WWE and have everybody care and really give a shit if you're going to destroy AEW. Like, let them, I don't know, like, let them kind of do their thing. But maybe they are a threat. I don't know. Like, if you were to talk to a Meltzer might tell you they are, but then, you know, you like, who's really harsh? Like a JD from NY or a more harsher guy would say like, yo, the ticket sales aren't there. The audience isn't there. Like they bleed money. They pay their wrestlers too much. Like, but everybody that works for AEW, they have a good lifestyle. They all seem really happy at work. Like, and Tony Khan values his wrestlers the way he values his football players. He pays them well. He gets them insurance. He doesn't like overwork them. He gives them like, he cares about their personal lives and what they need. Like, he's the boss you want to work for.
Which football players? American or European?
The American, like his team.
The Jaguars.
Yeah. But like what I mean is like he's what Vince McMahon always wanted to be. He is in real sports. He is really a stats guy. He has been at a real draft. He doesn't have to have a fake Monday night draft. Like if this wrestling didn't exist for Tony Khan, he would still be somebody in the sports world. He would be Shad Khan's kid who's really good with numbers and is helping running the Jaguars. And like, he would be somebody and he's in the sports world. So like he values, like I said, he values the players on his chessboard more than I think WWE.
I was asking because they also own Fulham FC.
Okay. But like though that it's under the same umbrella, like it's the same thing I mean.
And the reason why I was asking is the way that they treat NFL players is very different from the way that they treat their European footy players. But
well, you're damn right. You treat the engine better than you treat the caboose.
You think they treat the NFL players better?
Like, okay, not only are they dirty, nasty NFL players, they're from Florida. Like, ew.
AEW Dynamite from Mexico. Man, this was a busy show. This was such a busy show. And I just love, and I haven't even gone online yet because we've been on this show literally since it ended, but I can only imagine the comments of people. We just watched a 2 hour 45 minute Dynamite that had like 2 breaks, 5 minutes
like
of it not wrestling. Yeah.
Basically 3 hours. I think we should have started this entire podcast talking about this because people are just finished watching it and they were like hot to trot. Now here we are 2 hours later talking about it. But I thought like this was pretty good.
Man. Got commitments.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm loving Cage and Cope. It's weird how you were literally watching Adam Copeland like age in front of you. Like he's looking like he's withering away and his hair's turning gray, he's turning into the Crypt Keeper. And like Christian looks kind of the same still. Like he's in this stage of his life and every week he looks the same. But every week Copeland comes out and he's like face is more recessed. He's like just he picked the wrong grail. That's the problem.
Right? You chose You did not choose wisely. You did not choose wisely.
You did not choose wisely. Yeah, it's not. It's too bad.
Yep. It was a good match, I think. Fun way to
someone
start.
else like Ciampa as well. Not quite as bad, but yeah. But no, this was great. I kind of like it when they do like I kind of thought it was going to be the Young Bucks against them for some reason. I was like, isn't it all in? And then I realized it was like, amen. Yeah.
I thought the same thing. You know what it was? The entrances took so long. I'm like, oh shit, there's a whole other team that needs to come out.
Yeah. Death Riders looked good here. They were certainly over as hell. Man, the Mexicans loved Moxley and loved these guys. It was awesome. And of course, the miscommunication at the end got the Death Riders the win. And now there's more tension between the Young Bucks after hugging at the beginning of the match. Now, Cody got a belt strapped to the face, and now Cage and Cope can be upset at the Young Bucks moving to All In.
Yep.
They can have a conversation about it next week that goes wrong, and then things get worse. Christian will say the wrong thing.
And worse. And worse.
So, when Copeland gets mad, it's over.
See, their dad's alive, so so Christian doesn't have too much to say.
Yeah, it's too bad.
Christ.
If only their dad was dead, this program would be way better.
Triple threat match for the first entry in the Casino Gauntlet match at All in London. Andrade El Idolo versus Commander versus Tommaso Ciampa.
Yeah, man. All these guys are over. Obviously, Commander's over with these guys. Spent a long, like what he was saying on commentary. Came up outside of the CMML, training system and whatnot. Yep. Finally got there. Andrade obviously over. Tommaso hanging with these boys. Hugely over. What a great song. There's some great songs, some great music in AEW. Statlander's song is wicked. Ricochet's previous song was good. I'm not sure if I'm into the Demand song. Ciampa's song's awesome. There was a few other songs. As we go through them, I guess as we get to them, I'll be like, of course, Darby Allin's song's always been great. But there's some great songs. But this is a good match. Good stuff here. And I like the MJF stuff was great. I believe in MJF. I believe in Max Friedman. Or what did Kenny call him? Maxib Jacob Freedom. He said it like 5 times. Maxib Jacob Friedman. He can't say Maxwell for some reason. Maxib. He called him Maxib so many times. So I believe in Maxib Friedman. Dude, I believe in him. He's looking jacked. He's looking good. Nice hair.
Do you think? Here's my question to you. So Andrade wins this. Andrade's number 1. MJF comes out, beats the living shit out of him, says he's the real champ. He got screwed, so he's still the champ in his own mind. MJF is now in next week's match, which will determine number 2 entry into this gauntlet match. Do you think he'll win? There's a world?
Maybe. Who knows what's going to happen?
So I think that there's a world. There's a dimension. There's a multiverse where MJF wins this match and cashes in at the end of All In.
Oh yeah, totally. I was thinking that as well, to a degree. And he's got his BBB back. He's got his ring back. Got all the stuff.
The way that he took the ring from Andrade was fucking hilarious.
And think of the heat after Will wins the belt, and then Max.
That's what I mean.
We'll see what happens. Who knows if that will actually happen? But yes, I
want
really liked this promo
to happen. Right? It's very rare in wrestling, Hutch, that we get a heel who commits to being a heel.
Yeah. Dude, MJF's got it all down pat. It's not like he can get away with it somehow. Because somehow when you see him in the interviews with Van Vliet and whatnot, that he's down to earth, he's respectful, and you can tell that he's hardworking by the way he's changed his body, by the way he's got to the top. He's obviously very smart, and if you like, and if you like, Alicia Tout's dad is a hard ass man, so obviously he's gotten in there.
Right? That's what I always think. Like, hey, he got the approval of him. He's fine.
You couldn't even talk to her. She'd want to talk to you because she was doing the interview thing. You couldn't but the dad was there all the time, man.
Yep, I remember.
Anyways, MJF. I believe in MJF, and that's all I want from my wrestling.
There we go. We are talking AEW Dynamite. We have talked SummerSlam and so much more here on KPHR Hamilton and on YouTube.com at Hutch Henrys. He's Hutch. I'm Boris. Talking more Dynamite from Mexico. And the next match was a 6-woman match with Willow Nightingale, Jamie Hayter, and Alex Windsor versus Mercedes Moné and Megan Bain and Lena Cross. And this match was pretty fun, in my opinion. They were just a lot of stuff was happening.
Dude, the Brawling Birds looked like they could beat up anybody and have a good time doing it. I don't know. It was all great. I was loving this, and like I can see why Mick Foley's barking the Divine Dominion.
Okay, you're telling me you wouldn't? You're telling me you wouldn't?
Dude, I love Lena Cross. Is like everything.
I really wish our KPHR listeners could just see the way that your eyes rolled behind your head there.
Yeah, like vitamin C. Give me my vitamin C. All the stuff I do for Kingsley, for fake, for Demand Lucha is for real for Lena Cross. No, but this is great. And the fact that Monet lost to Willow here by a roll-up means that I think we're gonna have a new women's champion. Yeah. And
there's still a few weeks left.
WWE rules apply in other places, then of course. That's what's happening.
But it's not just WWE rules, it's wrestling rules. The universal rules of wrestling. Whoever gets the last laugh before a pay-per-view, they lose.
But for somebody that went on her like super Ultimo Monet run with all the title belts, and everybody was like annoyed. At first they were kind of annoyed as if she was like was like being too into herself. Like, I need all the belts. They didn't realize that she's enjoying what she was doing, was going to lose them all. Like her going all the way to All In and somehow losing to Willow. Like if anybody could pull it off, she could pull it off. And like having her like Christian Cage, DDP, like meltdown in the ring afterwards, and just then somehow and still getting her hands on the title eventually, but going to the big match and still losing, always like somehow winning, but also losing. Like Monet's done it. Another person that I have no criticism for. Like, just do it up, girl. And take your big freaking bull man with you.
You alluded, I miss him. You alluded, I'm surprised he wasn't on this episode at all. Anyway, you alluded last week. Sorry?
He might be injured. Small injury. I mean, they took who's recently been injured with his finger. Sorry, not Laredo Kid, but somebody down in AAA who's like in there a lot. Come on. God damn it. Oh, Dragon Lee. He's got like a distended finger or something, and it's like bad enough that they don't want to screw it up, like they're gunshot.
And he doesn't want to get he doesn't want surgery, he said. All right. So
they got to
what was I saying? Oh yeah. Last week on this show on KPHR Hamilton, you alluded to Tekla maybe being in some hot water. Do you think that's the case? Because now this is 2 Dynamites that she hasn't been on. Is she going to come back before All In?
Dude, man, she was wasted on commentary. And like, as much as it was fun, like all it takes is one person that's important. All it takes is Tony Schiavone to come and be like, flip out at Tony. Okay, well, calm down, Tony. No, Tony. Well, okay, all right, Tony. Tony. Who knows what's happened? Hopefully we see her soon because she's an awesome talent. But I
it'd be
don't know,
very
she's
weird.
Stardom right now.
It'd be very weird. Yeah, she is. But still, it'd be very weird and strange if she's not in All In. Like, she's kind of carried the division since Tony Storm left, and you're leaving her off the biggest show. It's kind of weird.
Well, and the UK is not very far from Japan. Like, that's why they have so many talent exchanges.
Close.
We'll see what happens. I don't want to speculate, but hopefully she's not in trouble. We also have not been seeing Clark Connors, right? We saw David Finlay. We haven't seen them since their last match. I'm going to sniff of them, but also no Bang Bang Gang either. What's going on?
Well, you need actual talent on these shows.
I need some Jay White and some Roddy Strong now.
Yeah, we haven't even seen Jay White since the pay-per-view. Kyle Fletcher versus Mike Bailey for the AEW International Championship match for the Championship period.
Yeah, there was a moment where I thought he might win. Yeah, like best of 7. These guys need a best of 7 or something like that.
Right?
They have good chemistry.
So since Fletcher came back, he's sort of lost some of the as the kids say, Riz. The aura, the Riz, or whatever. Anyways, but I kind of feel like he's slowly gaining it back. This match, he got a lot of it back. He looked great in this match.
Yeah, and like, dude, he sells well. He positions himself well for a big guy working with a small guy. His footwork's really good. Like Carl, he's the future. He's so good. And I hate to say it, I hope he goes to WWE. Only because they will slow him down, help him preserve his body, and make him like an absolute international freaking megastar. But if he wants to like hang out in an AEW and just like work really hard until his body breaks down and make a ton of money, hang out with his friends, I think all more power to you. But
exactly
of anybody that's in AEW right now, I think Kyle Fletcher is like tailor-made to be the next Randy Orton. Like could be an absolute megastar. And because he's started in AEW, like I feel like Swerve Strickland would get picked up, right? I would put Swerve above him as like could be the ultimate megastar, except like WWE's already like, I don't know. I feel like they might bring him in and then not do that with him to like prove a point. Like they're so weird.
WWE is remember how they used to be back in the 90s, right? If you were already with them, they would kind of bring you back and you'd be whatever. But if you were misused in WCW, they made you a star because they wanted to prove a point. Someone like a Kyle Fletcher, because he never went through the system, they would just go hard with them.
Yeah, and remember, this isn't Vince now, right? Like the Ari Emanuels and the Shapiros, they're going to just see money with this guy.
Well, everything is metrics based, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, you never know. We'll see.
Yep. The next match was a trios match. Mystico, Darby Allin, and Chris Jericho versus Hikaru T and Kevin Knight and Okada. Man, that Mystico entrance. I love seeing it in CMLL. I love seeing it in CMLL. Like anytime that he's there. Seeing it on Dynamite was just awesome. The one
Kevin
thing
Knight,
is
fun stuff. Like cutting off Darby Allin, who had such aura coming out, and then like nice and slow with the great makeup job, and then like the skateboard, and then just so willing to like get cut off. He's like, okay, after I like farm as much aura as I can, kick my ass, like lay me out, and like jumping over the top rope, laying him out, taking the elbow from the springboard from Jericho, taking the freaking was it? Oh, for a second I thought it was Okada that drop kicked him on the outside, but that was a different move. Anyways, like took some good stuff. Kevin Knight growing on me big time, but this was a fun little match.
Yeah, this is a lot of fun actually. Really like this match. It was tailor made for Mystico Allen and Chris Jericho to win, and that's exactly what happened. However, having said, like, I just praised the entrance of Mystico, but I am shocked that they didn't play his song when they won.
Well, they only got so much time. They're already pushing us to 3 hours, right?
Motherfuckers. Sorry. To our listeners on KPHR. Yeah. 3-hour show. What was next?
Or was it the main event next? No, we had the 6-man, right?
No.
Trios title?
No. The Chris Statlander.
Oh, yeah, Statlander. And who won? Persephone won, right? What happened there? I can't remember.
Persephone won with the help of Hikaru Shida.
Yes, right. And the whole thing with and Thunder Rosa down there. I didn't know she had a belt.
That was really awkward. Like, there's some awkwardness happening with that.
Oh, what's going on? How come nobody seems to like Thunder Rosa? I don't know what's going on with that. Like,
it's very weird, huh?
Yeah. And then she's off busted open now too. God dang it. But yeah, like I don't know. I don't. Persephone's great. I don't know. Some of this match didn't pull me in. It was a match. It was there.
Honestly, at this point, I was looking at the clock and I'm like, oh, we're not starting at 10:45.
No, for us. But then the trios, like I'm also not surprised that the Demand lost. They love to put Hangman with some people and give him these belts.
So Hangman. Okay, so yeah, this is the match. The Demand newly won trios champs. Literally a few weeks ago, we were saying, hey, they should respect these belts a little bit because they have some great teams. Ricochet, Toa Leona, and Bishop Khan versus Hangman Page, Bandito, and Brody King. Hangman Page, Bandito, and Brody King won. 2-belt Bandito.
Yeah, two belts that probably won't get respected. But for me, a trios title, respecting it is just having defense, is just having matches. The fact that they went on to Collision. Yeah, like the more people you have in a match, the more chaos there is. If any title's going to switch every couple of different, you only get 1 or 2 defenses under your belt before you lose. It's the trios title. So the trios title is the title where you're impressed by the run. Like they're 12, dude, they've had 12 defenses of this title, longest reigning trios champions either. Like it's all chaos coming at you from every side. It's like a battle royal all the time. Like what like remember those, like they're probably still around, but like those weird like Latvian or Croatian like multi-man UFC fights, like
oh yeah,
like they were like 5-on-5, like it was just chaos. As soon as one guy gets taken out, it's over. So it's okay that guys get pinned, like bigger name guys get pinned by lower guys, and then like a 2-man move. Like that's how they won this, right? There was a German suplex after the Hangman clothesline. So bam, that's how you beat a guy, and that's how you take the title. Like who took the pin there? I'm trying to remember.
Toa Leona.
3 guys. Toa Leona. So one of the bigger guys in the match. Like I guess Ricochet's the leader, but Toa Leona would be like next. Like he's the most impressive right here. So like I don't mind this happening. Just give us more of it. Don't have the title disappear. And like get rid of the goddamn like 6-man titles down in ROH. Like unify these titles, please, and make it something that goes cross promotion, because that's what you need. You need these titles defended often so that people care about them. I don't care if you switch it around all the time. This is the one. Get your jollies out. Switch the titles all the time, but just have them exist.
I agree. I have nothing else to add to this. I agree wholeheartedly
And
with
the
you.
more people you have, the more chance of an injury. So like the more you switch these titles, the more exciting it is on the regular, and the less chance you have to be like, oh, Villano 3 broke his leg, so now we have to have a guy replace him, or we have to vacate the title. Like as a lower tier promoter, like tag matches, the more people you're paying, but also there's more of the possibility of injury or somebody not showing up or tweaking something. The longer, if you're only running once a month with your indie guys and you have a program you want to go over 4 shows, that's like half a year or like a third of your year, and you're asking for trouble because all they need is to get offered more money or get hurt, or my job says I have to work Thursdays now. Like you're done. You have no power.
Exactly.
So, and the same thing can happen here with Tony Khan. These guys they work a really high impact, high velocity style in a match that the most dangerous place to drive is a parking lot because they're coming at you from every angle. So, and the most dangerous,
you're not paying attention.
Exactly. Yep. So like, this is where you're going to get hurt. So switch the titles as often as you can. I don't care. Just have them on TV. Have them out.
And have them defend. Like, I hate it when, how many times on this show have we talked about the trios titles and we're like, who the F are even the champions?
Yes.
Right? There we go. This leads us into the main event, which is a Mexico City street fight with no one allowed at ringside. Will Ospreay versus Mark Davies.
You can't make a no one allowed at ringside stipulation because, newsflash, no one's allowed at ringside, or at least it was a no interference, right? No outside interference was the stipulation. There is no outside interference allowed. That's like saying, like, hey, welcome to Yankee Stadium tonight. The Yankees in Boston.
I will give them, because it's a street fight, there are no DQs, so they wanted to firm up the fact that no one else is allowed in.
If somebody interfered, were they going to get fired? Were they going to get fined? What was the stipulation?
Exactly.
This is like saying it's the Yankees against the Boston Red Sox, and just tonight's game has a no firearm stipulation. Nobody allowed to use it. Last time that shotgun came out, and even though they just used it as a makeshift bat, everybody was worried that it was going to go off. So like tonight, no shotguns allowed. It's like, no, there's no shotguns allowed in baseball. There's no crying in baseball. Sorry.
Yeah.
There's no bird shot in baseball. That shit itches.
18-minute match. Very bloody, very good, very evil. This was good. Mark Davies, man. Every time I rule him out and think, he's gonna be left behind. He has a match like this.
Like, I was worried he was gonna get left behind, like especially when he was wearing like the weird slacks with the pleats for a while. Like, what was with that? How come you're wearing slacks to the ring? Like Andrade even stopped doing that. Like, take a hint. But yeah, dude, Mark Davis has always had it. And like that interview he did when he's talking, I'm gonna tear you apart. The way he talks, he's like, he's got the Aussie, but it's like somehow I don't know. It's like when Japanese guys really roll their R's. Like, I believe he doesn't seem goofy. It's not New Zealand, it's Australian, so it's okay.
Yep, exactly. But this is good. I really like the ending to this match with the barbed wire wrapped around his head, and he gets the hidden blade. That was a fun little ending.
Yeah, and I don't think anybody for a minute where it was under any delusions that Mark Davis would win, but like he's been given so much credibility lately, and even the fact that he has a win over Ospreay in the last calendar year from the last year's C2. Good stuff here. I believed. I didn't believe as much as I believed in MJF, but I believed.
There we go. So that was Dynamite in a nutshell. It was a good, great 3 hours of wrestling. Really did enjoy it. Yeah. Anything else you want to
add? I have not been doing my AAA reviews. I'm going to do all 3 reviews next weekend after this last AAA. Verano Stale Scandalos was pretty good so far. I've been enjoying it. Yeah, man, a lot of these guys are really starting to step up. Drago Kid, Vikingo Jr., Epidemius Jr. Yeah, like there's some good stuff here. So well, keep your eye on that. I've been following the G1. I've been watching every single G1. I'm only just now starting to skip some of the tag matches at the beginning, but yeah,
I'm only watching the G1 matches.
The matches, yeah. I'm trying to remember which one just recently was like freaking awesome. It was like Yudo
Gabe Kid and
like all the Gabe Kid matches are great.
Yeah.
Like Gabe Kid and Drilla was okay. Gabe Kid and Yudo Ice was freaking awesome.
That match was great.
Was it Gabe Kid? Who was the last one he just had a match against? And he just lost against. He just lost against Oscar. Was it Oscar? No, he beat Oscar.
He beat Oscar.
Yeah. But anyways, there's been some good stuff going on here. Yuya Uemura, who I was really liking, he's starting to seem like manufactured now. Like they're trying to make another Tanahashi, and I'm just not buying it. He doesn't have enough jump. I like that Zack Saber's been losing, and he's like literally he swears just like me because my mom's English. So like I speak like a Canadian, but I swear like an English guy. So it's fun. I'm like, fuck F me. About bloody effing time. Fuck me. Like that's exactly what I would say. And yeah, like I kind of like that they put over the fact that because I think he got beaten by Shota Umino. And then Umino got the concussion protocol. So like everybody else automatically gets a win against Shota Umino, and Zack Sabre Jr. is behind the 8 ball because he's the only guy that had to work an extra match physically and has to get a loss because of working that match. So he's like really behind the 8 ball. So I feel like he's going to come from behind now for the rest of this tournament and like move into a high position. But Roihei Oiwa, yo, dude, I'm like really getting into this guy now. He's coming into his own. Loving it, loving all this, like loving the New Japan.
Yeah, no, it's honestly, it's. I write New Japan off a lot. I really do, because I feel like they did a piss poor job over the past decade of building up new stars, but the matches are still fun for the most part.
And they're doing a better job of building up the stars. And like if they're trying to make Red Narita as hated as Evil, they're doing a good job.
Yeah.
Like somehow I'm like really hate him. I don't want to see him on my screen. So like if he's filling the position.
There we go. There we go. Hutch, we have talked about professional wrestling for the past 2 hours. We have so much happen over the next few weeks. The build-up to All In, the build-up to Worlds Collide. I guess Heatwave is still a thing for NXT there. In All In, we have this AEW Continental Cup that's happening where Moxley is putting up his belt in the tournament.
Yeah, like, okay, so like the Continental Cup, people are making a big deal out of this, but I just figured Moxley was talking about the Continental Classic and just said Continental Cup instead. But it really is like a tournament.
It's a 16-person tournament, and the winner gets the belt. Bingo!
Wait, the winner gets the belt. There's a 16-person tournament, and the winner of the tournament faces Moxley for the belt.
No, the winner is the champion.
And so Moxley's in the tournament.
And Moxley's in the tournament.
Like AEW gonna AEW, baby.
Right? That's okay. Right? AEW gonna AEW.
We got to figure out what the TNA one is. Like just the single still shot. Is TNA's gonna
Jeff
TNA?
Hardy. Just Jeff Hardy.
Yeah, like Jeff Hardy, like the face, or would it be Dixie Carter like lashed onto Hogan's leg? Something. Yeah. There's got to be like a class, right?
Or something with Brooke. Anything with Brooke Hogan.
Maybe. Okay. And so TKO is gonna TKO would be the mug root beer. And so AEW gonna AEW is gonna we gotta find something.
Bracket.
Yeah. The tournament, yeah, just a random tournament bracket with every champion in the company in it for a brand new championship
called the Grand Poobah.
Yeah, the Grand Poobah Championship.
Yep, yeah, there we go. Hutch, as always, it's been a pleasure. But tell us where we can find your wonderful work.
Check out At Demand Lucha. Some new shows coming out right now on YouTube, and our show at the end of the month. Lots of At Demand Lucha stuff happening. Please go subscribe, watch the shows. They're getting more and more views all the time. At Hutch Henry's, where you can check out my brand new, like The Path of Puro, The Horrors of Puro Rescue. I am releasing all kinds of new videos. Got one coming up right now on the Osaka arm break incident and the Isitan department store incident. If you don't know what those things are, you got a reason to tune in. And of course, go to AmericanPuro.com. Get yourself a t-shirt right now.
Awesome. A+Productions.com is where you can find all of the information about this show and so many more other shows. Go to your favorite podcasting app and search for A+ Productions. Or if you just want to listen to the wrestling shows, go search for A+ Wrestling. Hit that subscribe. Leave a review. Reviews always help. We want you a part of the conversation. Go to Facebook.com and search for A+ Productions. On behalf of the entire A+ crew, on behalf of Hutch, myself, everyone else, thank you
Stay
so much
tranquilo.
for listening. You son of a.
I said it first. I said it first.
You stay tranquilo.